that's why they brought the best casters.
This one's a jam.
It is.
I'm just grooving. This one's really good. Not that the other ones aren't. They're pretty much only they're pretty much only producing bangers. But you know, sometimes you can have a banger that's a little bit more banger than the other ones. And that
a banger that fits to your personality more,
this was
your taste.
This was the banger of their bangers so far. It was very nice.
So we had a little bit of back and forth banter during the draft. And by back and forth, I mean Amar all chatting and Chrysalis giving a question mark. Amar predicted that it was going to be a Razor pick.
Yep.
Never happened. Chrysalis gave him the question mark. They picked Morphling instead. Now they've been calling out smokes.
Yeah, I mean, there's some legacy for the Creep Wave gang, of course.
That is really interesting. He took his offlaner's lane and...
Wait, are they full on lane? They're just lane
They're
swapping.
full on swapping. Okay.
Okay, I kind of like that idea theoretically. I was like, mid laner taking an extra wave and then TPing mid so he can lane against Viper. I thought it was kind of a creative approach.
Yeah, I thought
solving that problem.
With level 2, then obviously you're much less likely to get punished, but
they're gonna just put the Bristle against the Viper, which I mean, I don't know how good that lane. Wait, what's happened?
Okay, so I think he is mid, but he took the first wave top, and Amar took the first wave mid. And then now that Malrine is level 2, he's going to cut waves? Maybe?
Okay, so they're just swapping wave number 1. Crit is in.
Okay. He's going back at Amar is chasing down no one.
No.
He's gonna kill no one. No way. What?
And now he's going top? Dude, this is so sick.
Oh my god. He didn't really miss. So the first wave, then the second wave got pulled by crit, so he's not even going to miss anything, really?
Dude, I swear this team is on another level when it comes to laning. It's so cool. I've already been singing Malrine's praises in unplayable matchups in this tournament when he was laning against, I think it was either a Husk or a Viper with it was Monkey King against Viper, right?
Game, yeah.
And he just left lane level 3 and dominated the map. And now in this one, they're doing this creative, first killing the wave top and then lane swapping so that Bristle gets the better start against Viper and then swapping it back. And now as a result, Malrine is 8-0 against a 4-3 Viper who has also died. This lane is probably playable now, actually. Oh no, don't tell me. Okay, for a moment.
Yeah, I was going to say.
If he could have killed him there, that would have been just flat out game-winning almost. Yeah. If Viper loses its lane in a favorable matchup, that is very bad luck for the rest of the game. But super cool stuff here from Falcons. I feel like they're the only team in the world that would have done this. And I don't say that often because most of the time, you know, there's like some consensus among the teams of, you know, this is how you can put lanes. Oh yeah, you can lane swap. Oh yeah, you can pull these like waves as your primal mid. You can cut waves, etc. That all the teams do that. But this specific iteration of that play, super cool. Next level stuff.
My eyes are glued. Like, what is Malrine going to do next?
Yeah,
so he gave up on a wave and is going to cut another one. He's going to cut this. He's using his mobility, which is a little risky, but the Viper isn't close enough to get a slow on him, so he's good.
Yeah, he bought boots first, and then because of the creeps he got, he was able to afford a bottle. And now he's using this to pull the wave, and now he can go and get the bounty rune. It's already being pinged out, I think, by the Pugna, but unfortunately for him, he will be late by just a little, so Malrine will get that mana refill, and I think he wants to pull the next wave in. Yeah. This is interesting because the way Viper dominates its lane, it's no secret. You know, you stand on the enemy hill, you bully them, and they can't really contest you because you're just stronger than them. But what if you just don't lane at all?
Yeah.
And you're taking advantage of
this, like, Eternal Envy, right? He was, like, one of the first people I really remember of doing the early cutting of mid-wave constantly. And we've seen different iterations of it, but the twist that Falcons have given this is definitely new.
Yeah, I think when Envy used to do it, it was mainly with Ember, and he would just skill Flame Guard, and then when he got level 3, he would just start cutting waves instead of laning against whatever meta mid was the matchup at the time.
Yep.
The difference is this time around, you're not just cutting the wave, you're also farming hard camp. So Malrine is winning mid by not laning. Isn't that... It's so funny to say it out loud, but... Honestly, this is about as good as mid could have possibly gone.
And instead of trying to get... Oh, he almost got thrown up on the high ground there. That was close.
Malrine did sacrifice his water rune for that. Let's find that a bit surprising, because now he's actually going to have no resources, and now he has to go back to base. And this is probably the end of his advantage in mid.
Yeah.
He's going to miss a full wave, and when he comes back, he'll have to run all the way between the towers again.
But do you think he's going to come back?
Yeah, that's the other question.
He might gank a side lane with this.
True. He might just not return to lane.
We'll see. I bet in some regards it depends on what no one does. Like if no one is like hard denying the creep wave and keeping it back, then
big damage
here he comes. He's going to rotate to bottom lane. They're already going for the kill on Marcy. They get that. Now Mallory's going to show up and get the kill on DM as well. Oh, wait. Big stick. Still able to dive the tower, though. Malrine is tanky enough to take that one for him.
This hero with Bloodlust is huge. Give him a Giant's Ring, too. Let's see if we can see anything on the screen. Yeah. I hope he gets all 3 this game. Let's get a 60-minute game just so he gets Giant's Ring and make sure he buys BKB.
I would like that.
That would look sick. I think it's a bit of a... It's something that I feel like teams should pay more attention to when they're picking Ogre. This hero has, as we talked about in the green room, he had ridiculous win rate. I was very surprised. I had you and Ted guess what do you think the win rate of Ogre is, and you both had like something in the range of like 30 to 40%.
Yeah, we had losing win rate.
Yeah, and he's 12-3. And I think when you pick this hero, obviously you want a strong laner. You want him to enable a carry that truly uses Bloodlust, but I think it's really nice for Ogre when all 3 cores use Bloodlust well.
Sure.
And there are some heroes where it's way better than others. I think Primal Beast is an S-tier hero to get Bloodlust on. Move speed on this guy is amazing. It just amps up all of your damage when you're running around. And then the last guy is Bristle, who uses both the attack speed and the move speed exceptionally well. So all 3 cores that he's playing with love Bloodlust, and that's nice. It's the same thing that I like to see when teams pick Io. That hero has fallen out of favor a lot. But I like when Io doesn't just have 1 partner in the team. I think it's very good to have 2, because then if the guy you're mainly tethered to dies, you have a secondary option. It also means when you're missing on the map, the enemy team can't always predict what your next move is, etc. DM, speaking of next move, here comes the bust.
He got him. He's going to be able to close that gap now. No one is going to try and get some return kills for them.
He will.
2, no problem there, but the fact that Malrine is still finding success around the map is definitely cause for concern, as Falcons have not lost this laning phase, truly. They are still actually slightly up in net worth.
We have been talking about this a lot, though, because it has been the story of the game in the mid lane, but if you do a little bit of inventory on the... hang on, Malrine.
Well, he can go up the high ground with his
probably just get away here. Onslaught TP. He's just wasting them. There's no way he's grading this bound or wisdom. He is.
Oh my god, he's gonna go back for it, try and knock him away, got the wisdom, and now he'll die, but he got the wisdom. Dude.
The presence of mind to do that while there's 3 heroes chasing you. It was obviously his original plan when he went there, but I think most players with 10 seconds until rune spawn, they just call that off.
Yeah.
But he's like, they have no stuns, so I'm going to keep all 3 of them here for another 10 seconds. I'm going to steal the rune, and then I'll probably die, but it'll be worth it.
Yeah, if he messes it up, I think most people would not do that, because if you mess it up and don't get the wisdom rune, then you've just fed away your mid laner for no reason.
He just trusts in his ability and pulls it off. So what I was going to say was, now that we finally get to stop talking about Primal for 2 seconds, Morphling's doing really well. And this is a very good Morphling game for Crystallis when we looked at the draft. I think I understand why Falcons were mentioning the Razor.
Dude, look at the vision game they were playing with that.
Okay here.
That was pretty cool. Like Snaking shows up out of vision because Skeeter is giving him nighttime vision of the hero, and neither one is being seen.
They just don't have the right hero combination to kill Morph. And that's going to be a problem for the remainder of the game, actually. That's part of the reason why the hero is so good here, is the core-to-core matchup against Luna, I would say, is very good. And the enemy team does not have good, reliable lockdown to really prevent you from scaling and having major impact in fights. So I do think Crystal is having this good of a start. I could understand a potential Razor pick here as well, because the Bristol-Luna matchups are also good for that hero, but I still have Morphling as S-tier carry in this patch when it's uncountered. I feel like that hero takes over games like none other.
Yep.
We had this talk the other day of what our S-tier carries are, and we agreed that the top 3 in some sort of order are probably Luna, Alk, and Morph, right? That was probably the top 3. To me, Morph is number 1 when he's uncountered, but on average, Alk is probably number 1 because of the easier application.
Sure, like we've seen a lot of Alk games where he dominates and he was like first pick, right?
Yes, exactly. That's the difference, is that carry, what usually constitutes an S-tier core is that you can pick it first in the draft.
Sure.
And Alk is almost the only one, actually, that we see first picked as a carry at least. So.
And I think the difference between the Morphling and the Razor, I feel better about going late game with the Morphling.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that is always something important to have, unless you are very, very confident in your laning phase execution against Falcons, right? This is a team that is so good at laning that a lot of times they outscale you and they win the lanes, and it puts a lot of teams in a really awkward position in the mid game, right? To both recover and take over the game before Falcons get to their point where they've got, you know, their triple BKB lineup or whatever it is.
Yep. Nice catch onto DM.
Beautiful stuff. Not quite enough for the kill yet.
Another
but DM's dead now. Okay.
Yeah, they got him right before level 6. This kill is not possible anymore when he comes back to lane, but they got it the last time they could, and yeah, this Pango is having a miserable time. I mean, this lane is unplayable. Ogre Luna has to be one of the worst matchups you can play in this patch as Pango offlane. Sure. So strong. You can't trade with the Ogre. The Luna has range, so you just get spam ignited and beamed. You just lose on resources, and in order to farm, you have to use mana, because you can't ever go to the wave and hit the creeps. Yeah, it's a really tough time.
Are in trouble, broken by the Viper, and bodyguarded as well.
I love how he instinctually turns his back, and then we just saw his camera, and he was like, I have no purpose. It's just, why am I playing this hero?
What am I doing here?
Yeah, that's
being
always going to be
by
that
one
Viper
of my favorite heroes.
Yeah, it's so unfair when my best hero gets countered by my other best hero, and my third best hero is banned. Or actually, I'm suggesting it to the enemy carry to pick that. Amar's going to buy Yules eventually for this problem. We saw him do that the other day when he played the Bristol Viper matchup. You can avoid entirely the application of Viper Strike if you Yule when it's mid-air. And if it does connect on you and your Yule, you buy yourself a very valuable couple of seconds to outlast it, because the duration obviously still ticks, and as soon as that break is off, your hero is back to normal. I wonder what is actually the stronger Bristle counter, depending on lineup, if it would have been the old Nether Toxin or the current Viper Strike, back when Nether Toxin used to be a break. Because that one was way lower cooldown.
Yep.
But Bristle could also navigate it easier. This one is going to be a guaranteed hit, but then again, you can itemize against it with Yules, Lincolns, etc. So it's like, I don't actually know what version of Viper is the better Bristle counter, if it's the current one or the last one, but both are good, of course.
I feel like I like the current version. Like, Viper Strike is just easier to kill some of these heroes, in particular with Bristleback early on in the game. And I feel like Viper wants that kind of momentum, but I suppose if you have a lineup... Oh, the haste rune! Can he get away with it? Oh, he got up to the high ground. He's instantly
He's not even using the rune. He's just TPing.
Yeah, he holds on to that one. He's got a Blink Dagger haste rune when he comes out. Oh, boy.
Damn, he's wasting no time healing in the fountain.
Yeah.
Maybe should have stayed there for a little bit longer, but once he has business to attend to.
Yeah, we'll see if the extra second or two makes the difference here.
Oh, Pugna's dead.
He is very dead. Still holding on to that haste rune too, so still more threat on the map that PARIVISION have to worry about.
Amy, at any given time, he can solo Viper. That's the thing about having this rune on Primal, is that it completely unlocks that matchup for the duration of holding on to the rune. And they're going to just put pressure knowing that they have this rune in their back pocket. They feel like PARIVISION can't fight them, and seems like that is a mutual agreement. So a 3,000 lead for Falcons already, and they take the mid tower. The majority of this gold is just Pango, and we've talked about this before. I think how I feel like Pango is one of the better offlaners at playing with bad net worth, because inherently so much of what you do is just down to spell casting and not so much to itemization.
Yeah.
So it's not a alarming situation that they're in. It's definitely not ideal either.
Surrounded by all these heroes, he's going for the kill, and he will not have enough damage in the end. Bailed out by Ducalis.
If Trample wasn't expiring...
Oh, Chrysalis! Turns into the Primal Beast, but is a bad driver.
What a great situation. If Trample hadn't expired, Melrine could have killed all four.
Yeah.
In another 3 seconds, I think. But... right now... funny situation there.
You still want to hold this tower.
Yeah. Well, Malrina's full resources, so... This is a little bit awkward for PARIVISION. They're half HP on Pango, they have no health on Pugna, so he can't really drain anyone.
But they brought all of these heroes, in particular the immobile Viper, right?
Yeah.
It's like they want to get something out of it.
For sure. If you just run back here, it feels like such a big loss. Oh.
They're going to jump on. Oh, what a stun from Night Class. He blinked into it on Malrine. They'll only get the kill on Snaking for it, but what a stun.
I still feel like this is not great for PARIVISION. They're spending so much time. And in the meantime, Falcons are just farming up their Luna. They're farming up their Bristle in the jungle. So I guess this was a necessary evil. Like maybe you just had to take this tower to open up the map, but the amount of heroes and the amount of time they needed for it definitely wasn't ideal. As this gave Amar effectively an Axe, just this downtime with no pressure.
Then that Axe in turn quickly will become more items.
He's actually not going for the Euls in his quick buy. He has the BKB. I thought Euls was going to be his second item. Okay.
They do have a lot of magic damage he's matched up against. Can Ducalis save him again? Getting off the Rolling Thunder, it goes off successfully, and now DM will try and get some revenge here as stunning up Malrine, but they have no damage to back him up.
I wonder in a situation like that for Falcons if you just redirect your focus to the Pugna and just kill him, right? I think you could have guaranteed killed Pugna once the life drain started. Could have just thrown the Hoodwink ulti onto Ducalis and then redirected your Primal Beast there. Might be something the players need to get used to a little bit now that Pugna becomes more meta, is in those situations you just have to switch targets.
Chrysalis, see if you can help no one here. Eclipse is going to be used, and Chrysalis says no.
The answer is no. I cannot help you, my friend. Yeah. One of Luna's big strengths as a carry is its ability to do that once in a while, even in the early game. Strong laning, good team fighting, and can even skirmish. What more could you possibly want out of a hero?
So they're going to go double BKB, which, when you have BKB, PARIVISION damage for the early to mid game is, it's all magic damage, man.
Yeah, pretty much.
So that timing is going to be really rough. Malrine's going to get his first. I imagine Skeeter will get a third BKB eventually, but
yeah, they
the
all
second
want
one.
BKBs for sure. I will say though, PARIVISION's lineup has a point at which the BKBs become less of an issue. When Marcy gets an item, when Morph gets farmed enough, Pango obviously does some physical damage. It all adds up. But yeah, for the time being, this BKB on Primal is going to be exceptionally powerful. Especially because they don't have a BKB piercing stun. So Malrine can effectively just choose a hero he wants to kill. And I would probably choose Pugna as the go-to. Just start the fight off nice and simple and build it from there.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
That's a nice stacks here on no one. We've seen a couple of Viper games this tournament. We've not been impressed with it, at least I haven't. But no one has better farm than the other Vipers we've seen. This hero can be a late game monster when you get there. But a big part of the appeal is winning your lane, and that didn't happen.
Yep.
Dire are scanning.
Snake looking at Ducalis down here, but no backup. Now it's arrived. Will it be in time?
Dire's
Yes,
middle
it
tower
will.
is
The
under
big man
attack.
is here
Oh, unless
to get a kill on Ducalis.
Very
Got the
quick to
Decrepify
decrep.
off
That
really
doesn't-
quickly.
Doesn't really help.
No,
Considering the enemy heroes dealt exclusively magical damage there, that was not a big help.
no. But impressive in the quick reactions.
He's getting into their heads. They're like, damn, this guy's fast.
He's so good.
It's going to matter later. High class. Vault out of there. It is nice for Viper to play with Marcy. I feel like this is an interesting combo. You compensate for Viper's mobility weakness by just using a rebound on him.
Yep.
It helps him get out of trouble. It helps him initiate. And on top of that, no one also bought Boots of Travel, which is pretty standard for mid-Vipers. So I think that hero's inability to navigate fights will be a lot less significant in this one. And again, this 3K lead, yep, that's what it's like playing Marcy when there's nobody to kill. But, you know, some games just develop this way.
Well, there is an objective to contest, but it does not seem like PARIVISION want to play for that side of the map. That objective, which is Roshan. Falcons bring all 5. So this is the point where maybe PARIVISION can even out the net worth a little bit.
Middle tower is under attack.
They're farming all over the place. But.
Yep. And I think once again this lead is, for my money, pretty insignificant. Like having 2k less on the Pango than the Bristle, or as a matter of fact, it's 3k. So aside from those two heroes, we're dead even. I still think Pango in a game like this can find enough impact. You're not playing against heroes that hard counter you, so even if you're poor, you can still get good ultis off, you can still land a couple of spells. It would be more concerning if he was against, you know, a TA, which is going to body you in 2 attacks in the fight, or a Monkey King ring that you can't roll into. But against Luna, until she gets really farmed...
Oh, they had the vision there, but they smoked through. Did anybody watch the gate? It seems like they are backing up. It was pretty interesting. PARIVISION seemed to have an idea of smoking on that Roshan play, expecting Falcons to come through the gate, and maybe that's an opportunity to get a successful fight even against an Aegis, but it didn't happen immediately. A little bit delay there. Falcons now pushed out that bottom lane, gotten aggressive.
What kind of a play is that? He just blinked next to the Morphling and ran away. The mental game is on point from Malrine. They'll steal the Tormentor and look for the tower, so already getting some good value out of this Aegis. And I assume they will go to their own Tormentor after this. At least that's an option that they have. I guess any pairing plus Bristle could just do it. Bristle can also solo it at level 14. Should be fine. So they can just send Amar over there to do that task. I don't think high ground is really in the cards right now outside of Falcons. They want to control this area and get the Wisdom Rune, and Ogre already over covering the other. So they get double Wisdoms, and they steal the Tormentor. That's all in a day's work. Very nice.
Do you feel like PARIVISION are dodging fights right now?
Yeah.
At what point do you feel like they will be good to fight again? Are we purely just waiting for the Aegis to expire, or is there an item timing that we're looking at?
I mean, I think if they had free choice, they would want the Aegis to expire, and they would like to get at least 2 BKBs.
Okay.
The Morph one is almost complete, the Viper one is half, and then Marcy's working on hers, and that one will take a while. Marcy does have Iron Talon, though, and that can be a pretty big help, because it allows the hero to kill Ancients, which it otherwise has to ulti for, or just kill big camps. It's going to accelerate things a decent amount. In a very stale game like this, this is an incredible neutral item on a lot of heroes, including supports.
Yeah, I think Marcy is one of the biggest downsides of the hero, is that for her to continue growing in the game, I do feel like most of the time, you need to be getting kills.
Yes.
Because the hero sucks at just punching neutrals.
It's really bad at farming, but Iron Talon can solve that, as it has historically done for a lot of heroes.
True.
As a matter of fact, it used to enable heroes to jungle level 1. Had many a good game on Juggernaut doing that for a while. It was a good time. The item was different back then, but you could afford it at minute 0.
Back when Legion Commander was a good offlaner.
And the jungle, did the jungle spawn at 0 in that patch as well, or was it already delayed? Because they did those two things somewhat closely together, right? Have delay the jungle spawn and remove Iron Talon? I miss a little bit of that diversity. You know? I miss the ability to...
That's a good one.
I miss the ability to for heroes to jungle level 1, or for tri-lanes to work and stuff like that. We mainly just see the 2-1-2 almost every game.
Yeah.
It's cool to have a bit more diversity. 9 class has nothing to jump on.
I guess this is my problem with the... I feel like the BKB timing for Falcons is very potent. I'm not as convinced that PARIVISION's BKB window is going to be as strong, because Falcons still has a pretty healthy amount of physical damage between a Bristleback and then just a scaling carry.
Yeah. It's mainly going to come down to good fight selection, I think, on PARIVISION's part. You want to either kite the BKBs if possible and then reinitiate with Pango, or you want to get a really clean hit where you get in with Pango on top of someone before they BKB, and then Morph just kills them instantly.
Yeah.
But I'm never going to count out Morphling in a game like this, because I've just seen it too many times that if you're in this healthy net worth position, all it takes is one good fight and you're just suddenly running the game because the enemy lineup doesn't counter you that well. But Bristleback still has some ways to go. I think getting Conda or Daedalus will really change the game for me. not necessarily in their favor, but it will make it a lot more even than it feels right now.
Yeah.
And I mean, at the end of the day, PARIVISION, if they feel comfortable that this game in its current state, that they're farming enough, I don't really disagree. Because I think fighting right now is a lot harder than farming for them. So as long as they navigate the map well, they obviously understand that the enemy team's catch is somewhat limited. And even if they do get caught, their heroes are relatively tanky.
Yeah, I mean, they kept Falcons. They got 1K out of that Aegis.
Yeah,
Like,
that's a very good result for PARIVISION.
yeah. 4,000 net worth lead is not insurmountable.
And that 1K was despite getting both Tormentors, right?
Yep.
So,
Both
effectively,
Tormentors. They probably got a lot more experience, but because of the double Wisdom rune.
maybe the Aegis power play doesn't count the Torment. Or it does. It says net worth, so I'm assuming it counts all of it. It's a little bit surprising they only won 1,500 with that. DM?
He's going to be found, blinks away, gets off the Rolling Thunder, and away he goes out of the reach of Malrine.
Yep. Nice reaction there. Heads up play. Going for the Lotus to counter Pulverize. Pretty standard response from Pango to this hero-to-hero matchup. Once he gets there, that will be a guaranteed roll that cannot be intercepted by the enemy team.
Other side of the map, Crit's going to run into 9 class.
And he's got backup of Ogre, so this should be very easy. Tries for team, but
What's is Snake King thinking about? No, he's not.
how many gum do you think Crit is chewing?
Yeah, it's what? It's become the gum meta lately.
He's actually dead.
Yeah, it's broken, so he's dead. They actually do have enough damage to kill him, so great pickoff. I mean, who cares about losing 9 class?
Why is Night Class tipping Crit? Oh, because he left Bristle alone to go and kill the Marcy, and he was like,
Yeah.
I'm playing on a different level than you. It was bait to set up my team to kill your core when you killed me 20 seconds ago. Top.
I was about to say, that's a bold move to say you're out strategically thinking Crit.
Radiant's
I was like, I set that up.
All me, baby.
Yep.
It's a chill game, Syndrome.
It's pretty calm, but I will say this is a very high skill game. You have some games where it's a bit of a lull and you're just farming.
Yes. Other teams would be down like 9K to Falcons, right?
Exactly. PARIVISION are playing the map very well from a difficult position, so I still feel like it's interesting to watch how they navigate things, and also because of the grand scheme of things, there are other games where teams are farming against Falcons and you just know they're going to lose.
Yeah.
And this one isn't that clear cut. I'm not like, okay, PARIVISION are playing a losing game. It's just a matter of time. It's obviously a very possible outcome. I'm not going to say they're favored here, but
yeah, I do
definitely
think
keeping
that
things alive.
they are as free of a Morphling game as it could be. I feel like the 5-on-5, I would slightly lean towards Falcons, but not by a dramatic amount. I think for me, it's Marcy's actually probably the biggest X factor.
Yeah, unfortunately, she's just so poor.
Yeah.
If Marcy had a better game here, I would be a lot more inclined to favor PARIVISION later down the line. They're actually going to go for a move now, though, and their smoke will break. They're leading the charge with Viper, and this should be a dead Ogre.
There it is. Combination of damage and stuns. Viper and Marcy duo finds a kill.
Not the best one, but it's something. They open. They get a little bit of space, if nothing else. Sometimes a smoke kill on a support feels kind of bad, but if nothing else, you forced Falcons away a bit so you can get some vision and some information, which DM will promptly find against Amar. We'll Lotus in case he's getting hounded by the Pulverize, but not the case.
I think it also feels good when you, whenever the smoke finds a kill in a game like this on the enemy side of the map, because then you can kind of disseminate and like take farm as you move back to your side.
Yeah. Amar went Ghost Scepter. Interesting.
Okay, so next time he gets Viper struck in all in, he's gonna BKB Ghost Scepter TP.
I wonder why he didn't go for the Yules this game when he did it the last time against Viper. What's the significant difference in this? Because I think the Yules looks good.
Maybe Marcy is like a pretty good nullifier hero. That's the only thing I can think about. It's that like he feels like nullifier is an item this game as opposed to the previous one.
It's just so far away, right?
Yeah, it is.
Are you actually? I don't think his item build takes into consideration what Marcy's going to have minute 50.
I feel like was Wind Waker a better item in that game?
I think it's good in this game too. So I don't know.
Maybe something to ask
Dyer's
if
top tower
Falcons
is
ends
under
up
attack.
Would be an
in the
interview.
interview.
I feel like that would be interesting to hear. A lot of the time, the insight players offer when it comes to itemization can be very
Radiant
illuminating of how they think about the game in general.
DM. Oh, he
he got
doesn't
caught.
get off
Oh,
Rolling
this is
Thunder. Oh, this
potentially
is
bad.
dangerous. Okay. Lotus Orb, and they don't commit for the kill. The Bristleback is down low here, trying to finish him off. Crystal is trying to catch up. Malrine gets the grab on the Morphling. Not Strength Morph. He's dead.
Oh.
They thought they were going to be able to kill the Bristleback, and it would have been a big win. Instead, they lose their carry and their mid lane. Add in some supports, and there's the game breaking wide open for Falcons.
Yeah. Ghost Scepter definitely worked well there.
Yeah.
Can't say for sure that it was better than Yule's, but it was cheaper. So perhaps that's the thing. He's just looking at, I need one of the two, and if they're somewhat equally good in this game when you're getting jumped by these heroes and you just Ghost Scepter, I mean, fair enough, right?
Yeah. And he like pulled Crystallis out of position a bit. They pounce immediately. Good grab from
That's a
Malrine.
very nice grab.
And now we come back to 9 class on the run. A fugitive. Found
And
by Sheriff Crit.
why can't I think of that word? What is it you call someone? Is it called the Ranger? The guy who has like a little hut in the forest and he's like, that's like his forest that he's taking care of? Is that what it's called in English? I
Yeah,
forgot
the Ranger.
Yeah, correct. All right. I'm sure people would love to have hoodwinks their Ranger in real life with everything I read about how fond people are of that. That would be a way to get people into the woods more. Go outside. The Ranger was a squirrel. That's some sick fucks out there, Cat.
I was like, where is Sidrin going with this? Is he going with it on just like a cutesy people love animals? Or is he going a darker path? He chose the darker path.
Absolutely shocking. All right, Tormentor, Ducalis gets the upgrade. Not the best this game. It has its moments where if you're playing against illusion-based heroes, it can be really cool to drain your ward, but if nothing else, it gives you cast range on it, which is kind of nice. You can place it on cliffs and in your base sometimes. That can make the fight a little bit easier to set up, but overall, probably the worst shard they could have got.
What do you give the chances of Falcons taking a lane of barracks with this Aegis? Got 4 minutes.
Well, they put it on Bristol.
On a Bristleback. So
Yeah.
that says to me almost like that they don't plan on going.
Yeah, I'm reading it the same way. I feel like this is not a sieging Aegis. So I give them a pretty low chance because I think they're uninterested. But if somehow PARIVISION run into them and lose a fight, then they will take racks. So let's say 10%. If the opportunity arises, they will not shy away from sieging. But I don't think they're just going to run in point blank with Bristle and get started. I think they want to kill someone first.
Say goodbye to all your vision. You have an 11,000 net worth lead against a Falcons lineup that is rocking 2 strength heroes that are getting very, very tanky. They're running around with a gem. I feel like I've seen this story a year ago on Falcons. They're really good at being able to bully you on the map at this point.
It's the same bedtime story every night. And it doesn't get more interesting.
It's fitting because it is putting me to sleep a little bit.
It's whatever works. These guys know how to win. Amar,
9 class, he needs help to be able to jump away. Maybe he doesn't need help. Maybe he's going to jump onto Amar here. Amar does have backup, though. The outpost is taken. They're going to TP onto that point. Still going to try and fight it out, though. Got a grab on the high ground here. DM slips the low ground off the swashbuckle. They're fighting the Luna. The Luna, they're actually winning that fight, but he runs away, and now they get run down as Malrine comes through. Crystals is still doing okay, but the combination of Amar and Malrine means they will eventually have enough damage to bring down these cores. They're going to chase after the Morphling, see if they can get him, while DM hitting that back line did manage to finish off the Luna. Crystal is turning into the Primal Beast when he didn't get up to the high ground. Amar finishes up the bash to the head, and DM will die after killing the Luna, and Amar's just going to keep going. He still has that Aegis, by the way. And he's going to throw Quills back in your face. He was like 2/3 HP on that final Quill hit.
I think if you're Pugna fighting Bristle, you should decrep yourself and then drain the Bristle, not decrep the Bristle and then drain.
Yeah.
Just insta-dying. This is really good force staff here on Skitter, getting him out of trouble. I think it was his own pike. And yeah, they do kill him eventually, but it takes everything. They sent their Viper into nowhere. DM uses his entire role to hit one hero that they've already committed everything onto. And I don't blame them. I think that actually looked like a pretty promising initiation, but Falcons were very quick to respond. Can't wait to see this kill on the Pugman. And I feel like he one-shot him for like 70%.
Yeah, seriously.
All right,
yeah, he
that's
must
the one
have
kill we
so
don't
many
get to see.
close
This is
stacks
so
up on him.
unfair. Amar,
is he finally going to lose his Aegis?
Yes.
He will.
Dire's
9
bottom
class. Is there anything you can do with this situation? You throw him up to the high ground. He does and gets a stun on him at that point. They do not have a break for him, though. 9 class is committed to death here. He is just trying to get damage on Amar. It's not going to work. TPs are coming in, but they're a little bit late. Get rocked.
Crystallis can't even reach to morph into Primal.
I feel
So
like
they did get the Rax. The 10%er.
they did.
Maybe it was a bad prediction. I don't know. I feel like it was because PARIVISION went and looked for the fight outside their base.
Yeah.
And Falcons just won it. That was the one way that this was going to happen, and it did. And it did relatively cleanly, too. I feel like Falcons suffered barely any casualties in that situation. So looking very, very good for them this game now. Luna will complete Butterfly in a moment. Is that a fresh Vlad's from the Ogre, or did he have that in the fight too? Because these support items are starting to matter quite a bit. The Hoodwink is stupid rich.
Yeah, got a full-on Gleipnir now.
Yeah, crit is massive. He has Gleipnir and Enchanted Quiver, so he's going to do a lot of damage. He might even be able to like solo a hero like Pugna or even the Marcy if he catches them off guard, or at least drop them very, very low.
And the PARIVISION cores are not scaling as much as they would like to. DM still trying to work on an Aghanim Scepter. No one's thinking about a Butterfly, but that's a ways away. Did you see that post about the level 20 talent on Viper?
I don't think so.
I'd never done the math on 0.2 Predator damage per missing health, but that is a truly atrocious.
Oh, it's like a really bad one?
Yeah, it gives you... It's pathetic. It's pathetic how little damage it gives you.
Wow, that is indeed pretty bad, right? Yeah, that's really bad. Oh my god, I'm just reading over it. Yeah, okay. I'm not taking that one.
For a while.
If I ever am deep enough down that if I'm ever Giga down and pick Viper, I'm gonna take it. All right. Oh, yeah.
Goodbye.
Lucid Beam is fine. Don't.
No one. He's not gonna make it, Malrine. Somebody gave him a force staff. I think that was crit. Get Malrine close enough to get the grab on the Viper, and
I mean, this might just be game actually, because you can buy back the Viper without Marcy, but I don't know if you can win this fight 4v5. They're gonna try probably, but this lane is already gonna be open. Ogre has the Fire Shield. We've talked about this. This is probably why the hero is 12-3.
It's true.
You think this shard is the best in the game. You told me privately on stream. You say it's C tier.
yeah, without the shard, 50% win rate.
Yeah.
With the shard, 80%.
Oh, they find crit. Okay, that's a good start.
Yeah, nice kill that they can get quick and clean. Now chasing for more. Now Mar does have his Ghost Scepter and his BKB, so they don't want to be lured into over-committing for this hero. They've already used the Viper Strike on him. Bump back. Oops. Pushed himself into those rocks, but that's okay.
That's a good ward. That find on crit is actually going to probably delay this push by enough. This is going to buy them some much-needed time. They're obviously still in major trouble, but...
You know what's funny?
No.
The Viper took that talent.
Oh, no.
We talked about how bad it is. It's like, that's mine.
I mean, so what did he go from? He went from 1.15 to 1.35 physical damage per missing percent health on the target. Okay, let's see it being put to use here.
See if he can do enough damage to threaten Amar, who still has his BKB in his blood zone. He activates it, but he still gets blown up.
He didn't BKB.
Oh, well, that's...
He might have killed all of them.
Yeah, he might have, honestly. He was throwing out so much damage so quickly.
All right.
Okay.
He's tilting. This is it. He's not
Amar's
tilting. He thinks Viper doesn't have buyback, probably. They just want to end here. Looks like it's over. It's close to 25, by the way, on the Bristle. That's going to make things much, much scarier for the PARIVISION side. Now he's going to get that 18 damage per Warpath stack, so he hits for a measly 700.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
With 0 damage items.
Slam! DM is already dead. BKB activated by 9 class. A waveform that goes through a bunch of heroes, but the damage was pathetic there. Just does nothing even with the talent where he's attacking through that waveform, and they'll just take over the whole base. GG is going to be called, and Falcons will take game 1. It hopes to be able to stop that dominance is the team that topped out Group A.
Yeah, I'm with the panel. I think PARIVISION have better conditions this time, probably. I overall really like their draft. Storm should have a good lane. Razor should have a good lane. Enigma's lane might be a little bit tricky, but I don't know about you. I was kind of puzzled by the Dawn pick. This one was completely out of left field for me. I personally love this hero, and I've played it a lot. I would not consider it as a good solution to the draft I'm playing against. You're not good against Nyx. Like Brian said, maybe when you get Ags, perhaps you can solve it by just being airborne when the Carapace comes out. But in the earlier portions of the game, Nyx is a good hero against you. The Razor lane matchup, I think, is pretty tough a lot of the time for Dawn. And you're not great against Storm. There's not that many pros for it.
Dude, Amar's so funny, man. All right, so Amar has a relationship with Chrysalis because they're both on Creep Wave, so they are friends. He said, if you played Morphling last game, then I can play Dawnbreaker at this point. Because Chrysalis said, you know, like, I don't know, Amar playing Dawnbreaker, that's kind of weird. So he's saying, you know what, like, if you're going to play Morphling, I can play Dawnbreaker. You know, if we're playing heroes we're bad at.
And then Ducalis just wrote Silver Dawnbreaker. We'll see. I guess one thing Dawn does have against Razor is if you get linked from long range, you can disengage with the hammer, but it never feels great to jump out with the hammer when you're laning. The way Dawn usually functions in lane is you use the hammer and the Starbreaker aggressively and you get kills or you put pressure. And against Razor, you have to be very careful because if you ever commit in and you don't have enough in the tank, he runs you down. Then you've used everything.
They do have a pretty strong killer duo, but yeah, if they do misjudge that go on the Razor, or go on the Lich and like kill the Lich, but Razor gets to, you know, drain a bunch of damage in return, give it a turnaround kill. It may not be the best.
Lich Frost Shield is quite good against Dawn in lane, so it's not that easy to complete kills. For Dawn's worst nightmare against heroes like Razor is that you go in, you get Razor down to 20% and you've used all your stuff, and then you're just there. Yeah. And you can't really hit the hero because he gets Frost Shield.
You blew it.
This is I don't think I've seen that before. The Chen versus Enigma matchup. He took one of his Eidolons and he gets the Eidolon is buffed up because it gets a minimum amount of HP, right? So
this matchup is so stupid. Snaking keeps summoning the Mana Burn creep, and then he Mana Burns 9 class, and then 9 class kills it. But the problem with
Mana
this,
Burn, yeah.
Yeah, the problem for 9 class though is he's going to lose this battle on resources. He just doesn't have enough mana. He has a Mango and a Clarity to do it with, and he's also going to get that creep there, but eventually Chen should just overall win this battle. And of course, you're not slowing down Sven at all when Nyx is doing this as his only purpose.
Yeah. Just like AM, the counter to Mana Burn is Mana Burn.
Yeah.
9 class will get another one in, securing the range creeps. He's got enough for one more Mana Burn before he needs to fill in some more resources. There's the Eidolon.
And he can't kill the Eidolon converted, right? Because it doesn't have a mana pool.
True.
So when Chen takes that, Nyx can't just deal with that one. He can deal with the Satyr convert. Not with the bigger deal in the lane. There's another one for Chen.
With the Eidolon, if Chen steals an Eidolon, and it creates a new Eidolon, do you think it has the same HP?
No. Then I think it has the base one.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's the case.
Oh, there's the go on the Razor, and there's the Frost Shield to help mitigate a bunch of the damage. Now that damage is turned back around on crit. So there's the conundrum that we're going to run into in this bottom lane.
That was a good sneak peek of what could happen.
Yeah.
Crystal, this is the weakest time in the lane for the Razor, when all the heroes are level 2, because that's when Dawnbreaker really overwhelms you. When Razor gets level 3, if he gets an early Frost Shield and has 2 in the Static Link and he gets to drain Dawn, the fight is over the moment she has gone in and hasn't killed him in the few seconds. So they gotta be very careful. But for now, Falcons are doing quite well down there. Gotta say, Dawn 17 CS is nice.
No one pushing the limits here, trying to punish Maureen. He got the Sentry advantage. He sees Malrine. He's spamming Remnants out on him, but he's going to be hit by a Burrow Strike Stinger, and he's dead. Malrine tipping no one, knowing that he kind of cleanly outplayed him there.
No one, a very old and experienced player, forgot that Burrow Strike actually has cast range on level 1 now. He was dreaming back to when he was winning majors and Burrow Strike was 350 cast range level 1. Now it's 525. So
I thought you were going to say
actually able to get him in the river.
That Sand King has a third ability that actually does something.
Oh yeah, that one too. Yeah, he might not have accounted for Stinger either. Who knows? That's a big kill though. That is not supposed to happen. That Sand King ever finds a kill in that lane. And no one, as a result, will be also potentially losing both waters here. Now he'll get the top one. Okay, so.
Oh, Frost Armor is going to run out here. There is going to be the drain on Amar. No way Chrysalis can do enough damage to actually get a kill in return. But he will force Amar all the way back out of lane. Maybe they're going to bait him in here. Yeah, Crit's baiting him in. They hit him with the Bushwhack. Malrine's trying to close the distance, and that Acorn shot. Oh, that facet is so annoying. Whether it's the extra damage or just the extra slow time. Acorn shot proved to be a powerful ability. They get 2 kills in this bottom lane. Just what you want to see if you're a Dawnbreaker.
If Falcons win this bottom lane, and they also got a solo kill mid, this is already in the should not be happening territory, I want to say. They're effectively kind of winning 3 lanes, of which I would argue they had no business winning at least the mid one. The early game bot, I can see some volatility, but I, on paper, would favor the Radiant lane over time. But now that they've got these multiple kills, I think we could be looking at a flat-out just triple lane win for Falcons with a Chen Dawnbreaker mid-game. A little bit worrisome for the PARIVISION side. Their heroes do need a bit of build-up time. Storm and Enigma as 2 of the cores need farm. Razor, one of the faster carries, I guess, in this patch compared to some of the others like Luna that want to get multiple items. Razor can sometimes just show up with move speed and a BKB, but definitely looking very healthy for Falcons once again.
Crit's going to leave the lane here, refill the bottle on Malrine, and I assume stick around for the 6-minute rune. So this will leave Amar on his lonesome for a bit. Really trying to get this kill on no one, but he's level 6, so it would be difficult to get. They'd have to Burrow Strike and then Bushwhack Chain Stun.
And they'll do.
They're going to go for it. Hit him on the Bushwhack. Okay, follow up Burrow Strike, and that is good. All right, they got it easy.
Didn't even need to epi. And they didn't even lead with a Burrow Strike.
No.
There are multiple ways of getting that kill if Storm is half HP in the Sandstorm, but he's taking too much damage. Control.
Malrine offering some friendly advice to Dakalis, telling him he needs to help out with the runes.
Yeah, if there's anything PARIVISION need right now, it's for no one to not only be losing his lane, but then blame his support for it. That was no one else's fault so far. Oh, do they have enough for this?
They should. Oh! It's gonna be close. Oh God. They got him on the
clutch.
impale.
Okay.
Night Class clutches it out in the end.
Oof. Yeah, if they miss that kill, that is so bad. Storm depleted so much mana for that, so much time. So if they don't even get the spin there, that's a real feels bad. Yeah. But at the very least, they got that. Yeah, no one cannot be happy right now with how this game has gone. Just a couple of missteps on his part, and some big plays from Malrine. Those things usually go hand in hand at this level. Generally need a little bit of both to get solo kills in mid lane if the matchups aren't inherently very one-sided.
Now they can use the Epicenter. Trying to blow up the Lich, the damage. Yeah, Epicenter is just...
All right, if no one dies here.
Oh, no. He's got the mana to jump away. He's fine, but...
That's all his resources
he keeps giving up this hard camp stack.
Yeah, he loses his stack. He loses his resources. This is not great. Oh, the stack's already gone.
Yikes.
Malrine's Sand King is something else, man. He's so good at this hero. But
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Just finding kill after kill here in this bottom lane. Dakalis tries to help it out, but it's already taken too much damage before the Frost Armor can really do anything.
They actually can't deal with him at all. Like, he's so far ahead. He's so high level. It's... Honestly, this is one of those things where I don't blame the panel for their take on this game. It's just, some games things just go wrong. Like, this is not expected. I don't think if you asked Falcons post-game to give their breakdown of this game, they're like, yeah, we kind of drafted to win all 3 lanes here.
Yeah.
And it just went according to plan. Like, they're winning the Dawn versus Razor lane. They're winning the Sand King versus Storm. They're crushing that one. And then they're winning the Sven versus Enigma lane, which I think is the most understandable one of the 3.
Sure.
That one I could have probably predicted, but these other 2. The Dawn one, once again, there's margin for things to happen there. It's also not by like a landslide that they're winning, but the fact that all 3 are in their favor.
Oh, and he's maybe going to die again. He has enough to zip a little bit away, but the Sandstorm almost killed him there.
That's a very good Sinister Gaze.
And it's already, I mean, they didn't get the kill, but it pulled Chrysalis over here.
And it's back to the fountain for no one.
Yeah.
There's just nothing going right for him. Storm does not play well from behind, and we're approaching a mid-game now where the Radiant lineup kind of relies on Storm and Nyx to do stuff. Nobody else is really going to spearhead any aggressive plays, but when both of those heroes are not having the greatest of times, I guess Nyx is okay. The Storm game is atrocious.
Gonna look for rotation to bottom lane. Nyx does have level 6, so it's a pretty easy
Maybe hit your spell?
Oh my god, he's gonna die!
Oh my.
He commits for the kill, he gets it, but he will die for this surely, as no one has very little mana to work with. Not enough to jump anywhere serious.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
It is all falling apart.
Yeah, that's
for PARIVISION.
That's just oof. Not great. Sometimes you miss your spells, but that was a little bit too. That was not the right time for it. Yeah. It's gonna cost you your Storm's life again. That Impale is off the mark. He chases down the kill, but uses all of his resources to just trade his life for the crit hoodwink.
And frankly, you just expect better from a team that they didn't like limp into the second group stage. They went 10-4. Like,
I guess this is something we don't talk about a lot when it comes to group stages and round robin, etc. The value it can have to play specific teams at specific times. I wonder if this is going to be really bad for PARIVISION's group stage 2, that this was their first matchup. Because like let's say there's a power level difference between the 8 teams that are remaining, and this was the draw that you got in your first round, is to play against one of the favorites of the tournament.
Yep.
You need to not overcompensate for what went wrong in this series when you go against weaker opponents and get in your own head and start going on a losing streak. This is a matchup that they're supposed to lose the majority of the time, right? So it's okay if they lose. I just hope they don't.
9 class, good catch. 9 class.
All right.
He is the reason that is all set up in the first place. Quick reactions by him as Falcons go for a gank.
Malrine can also miss.
It's true.
There's the tip straight back. Yeah. They're gonna need more of that though. That 1 kill isn't gonna cut very much into the lead of the Sand King against the Storm, but it's something.
Yeah, up 3K at 11 minutes. I mean, we were watching that game 1 for the longest time. Falcons was kept at a 4K net worth lead for a large share of that game. They still managed to close it out in the end.
Yeah, and that lead started way later. It was like a 4K lead at minute, I want to say 17, 18-ish. Now we have it minute 11. It's quite like an order of magnitude. And also the fact that how comfortable is this team when they're ahead and Snake King is playing Chen? Like, he's going to farm. He's going to get auras. And that means that the Dawnbreaker, I think this is a macro thing that Falcons think about a lot when they draft Chen, is that they specifically pick Amar heroes that don't buy auras. Because then all of the heroes have a clear purpose the entire game, instead of having like this overlap where the offlaner buys Pipe and Chen buys Greaves, and then you kind of want to win. When they do it this way, Amar can just become a 3rd core, Chen will be the complete aura bot, he's going to buy probably Greaves, Pipe, and Blads, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
And then the Dawnbreaker loves buying AC, and then you've got all your auras.
Caught DM. An overwhelming. Oh, was Amar being gone on?
Yeah, I wonder if that was a double play here, or if he was jungling. He has Armlet, by the way, 9 class.
Yeah.
Looking for a moment of weakness.
He's searching for Amar. Amar is playing underneath his tower right now. He spots him.
He's painfully aware.
Never mind. Get him. Oh, God. He's running back now. 9 class. They dropped the string for him. He popped his armlet. He's going to live through this burst. Oh, no. Now the Chen heal goes out. He baited 9 class in. Oh, that's instant all chat. Instant all chat for that play.
But that's some seriously. When did they see him?
I think it's possible maybe he got too close to the tower.
They better get this kill. All right, they will. I think he might have lived there if they had Hand of God, but they just used it to save their...
Alright, Skeeter's just, I'm gonna take your tower. You use Black Hole, your Storm Spirit's low on mana, he shows up, threatens the tower, backs away as soon as the glyph is used, and goes, presumed to hit some Ancients?
Yeah. It's a pretty safe bet if you don't know where Sven is going. He's probably going to the Ancients. Alright, he did everything else than the Ancients. I guess they want to stack them at 14, and then he goes to the wave bottom, and then he's going to stack the Ancients on the right, so this way you maximize the most. Okay, they just swap around. So crit... The reason they do this is so that crit can take the Wisdom Rune.
Right.
This makes it. I mean, one of them was going to stack one Ancient, the other guy was going to stack the other, and they prefer to put the experience on the other. That's fine. And now he will take Ancients. Don't you worry.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Nice and safe off on the right-hand side, so it's harder to gank. Place your bets. Is he going to the other Ancients or hard camp first?
Hard camp first, or...
Damn, we're so bad at this game.
Okay.
Or maybe Skitter still. I think it's Skitter.
Yeah, I guess, we'll see if the timing matches up, right? If he clears out this Ancients and he's fast enough to stack his hard camp, then that is, I guess, the most efficient play. Or he could have cleared the hard camp, been here
and then
on the Ancients,
this.
and made sure to it stacks, even if he doesn't clear it.
I think, all in all, the difference is very marginal, if even anything. But yeah, he's going to be too late to stack hard camp, so...
He also
I actually think now that we saw it happen, he should have killed hard camp, because then he wouldn't have been in time to stack this, because this took way longer to farm.
Yeah.
So this was an efficiency loss.
That's what my thought was, but it might also just be bigger macro. Like maybe he feels like, oh, they might be pushing into the triangle right now.
Yeah, there's the safety aspect of doing it this way around. And this might sound super nerdy when we're talking about this on a cast, but trust me, carry players spend a lot of brain power in their everyday life on figuring out what the best possible way of doing
I mean, Hector made a career out of that, you know?
He figured out that Town Portal Scroll can generate more gold than it costs by TPing to the other side of the map to hit creeps.
Mar does tag him with the hammer, but doesn't give chase. There's a lot of heroes. Sneaking's already dead. They're chasing after Amar. The Chain Frost is not lucky at all. Good God, that was terrible.
Oh, well,
wait.
Rune.
Okay, back to the creep wave. Man. How many belts is this Chain Frost now? I felt like that was way more than I expect normally out of it.
Up to 10 times. That was all 10.
Did it used to be less?
I feel like it used to. I feel like it bounced more than 10 times. I think it used to be a bit less. I think it got buffed at some point.
I mean, I'll tell you right now, my Chain Frost never bounced that many times. They just bounce off to some random neutral camp.
Oh, wait, he has the facet, right? Killing an enemy with Chain Frost increases the number of bounces.
Oh!
He was killing creeps, so it just keeps bouncing.
Right. I forgot that was a facet, because most people go the other one, right?
I think it varies a bit. I think they're both good for different reasons. But yeah, this one effectively, if you throw it on a wave, it's going to kill the whole wave, and if you have it in a team fight, if it kills a hero, it bounces 3 more times. If it kills a creature, it bounces 1 more time.
Also, the fact that
probably against Chen, he wants it. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, the fact that it prolongs Frost Shield is also a pretty interesting part of this facet when you have like Razor, a hero that's going to frontline and chase down heroes, right? If that extra slow, even the prevented the extra turnaround time by increasing the duration of Frost Shield. Interesting.
I personally think this facet is on average better than the other one, actually. I think the other one might be slightly overrated. It's cool to have it linger and then it can find a new target, but at this level of play, a lot of the time people are aware and they just run it out. This one, especially the Frost Shield part of it, is really nice. 9 class, back to Bass.
No more skipping class for you, son.
What do you think the origin of his nickname is? What's 9 class?
I believe it is, judging from what I know about the player so far, I would say 9 is referring to the German word of 9.
Okay.
So his name is no class.
That's not what 9 means.
What?
Well, it does mean no, but not in that meaning.
Sure.
In German, it would be kein class. But he probably didn't know that.
You really have to dissect that one. God damn it, Cinder. Come on, man. I'm a dumb American. You got to give me a little bit of leeway.
I thought it was a really creative take. My guess was, okay, well, based on the region he's from and his age, it's probably something from anime. That's a really high statistical probability that this is some sort of anime. 9 class, no basket, or whatever they call it nowadays. Those
9 class, no basket. Dude, Effie's having an aneurysm in the green room right now, I bet.
I think she's really proud of me. Wow, he knew that one.
Yeah, can we check 9 class's profile picture? Is it something from Tokyo Ghoul? So that's what I would expect. Oh, no, we can't. Don't worry. All right, 5-minute smoke up. PARIVISION gonna get on the offensive here. They still have this mid tower up, so making this move from one side of the map to the other becomes a little bit more awkward.
Yep.
And it is very obvious they're making some sort of move as they're both their mid and top tower has a creep wave and push all the way into the tier 2.
Yeah, Falcons are just effectively just going to call this play. Just go Roche. And fighting into them at the pit is really hard. You have to hit a good black hole, but that's just such a tall order. The Dawn already has BKB, so she has a reliable ult. Sand King covers a huge part of the fight. Yeah, this is an easy grab for Skitter Sven. Let the power plays begin. See what they can put this to use for. Considering that there's still a tier 1 bottom, I think Falcons might go for a double dip on bottom wave. Malmarine's already getting started on the job of pushing that out.
Yeah, but if they do that, then they're taking themselves away from the enemy Tormentor area, which I feel like Falcons is one of those teams who really likes taking your Tormentor away from you.
They have already somewhat given up on that area, it looks like.
Yeah, looks like they're going to do their own Tormentor for now.
Yeah.
What do you think of being a Dawnbreaker player? What do you think of the Armlet build on this hero?
I think it's the perfect item for Amar. Because that way he can be a carry, and he wants to carry every game. He said that in an interview.
True.
So, if you want to play offlane Dawn and your goal is to be Sven's right hand, then I think Armlet is the most natural build-up.
Well, I think Amar wants Sven to be his right hand.
We'll see at the end of the game who has done most damage. We'll use that as the sole metric for who carried the game. Win or lose, damage is everything.
I'm a fan of the damage to gold ratio.
That's a good stat. It's very unfair for certain heroes.
True.
In both directions.
If you included like also another stat that was disable time, you know.
What about damage to gold ratio compared to hero average?
Okay, now you're thinking.
Because like then a hero like Zeus, he will always do a ton of damage by his average, right? But if the hero always does that, then you compare it to what it does in general.
That's still unfair because if he's matched up against strength heroes, then he does percentage-based damage, which obviously means he's going to just do a lot more damage.
If any heroes matched up against Meepo, their numbers are giga inflated, right? It's always always going to be contextual. This is why we don't need stats capped.
Yeah,
stats don't matter and they don't lie, but it doesn't matter. Wow, I really said that like I'm Avery. I'm so sorry. All right, they glyphed the wave. Let's see if they can continue this push. This was the projected play of getting these 2 bot towers. Will PARIVISION do anything about it? They will Frost Shield.
Frost Shield.
And
it's killing creeps, which means it's lasting a really long time.
Actually,
this is actually really annoying. Oh my god.
That's so funny.
It was like a 10-second Frost Shield.
Yeah, that did last a while. But a nuisance is all it will amount to.
True.
And PARIVISION will spend this time trying to hit an item timing here. Razor closing in on the Manta. Do you feel like this game is already in Enigma needs BKB territory? Because I kind of do. I'm worried about PARIVISION's inability to deal enough damage with their cores.
Yeah.
I think Enigma has to get long duration black holes, and it's going to be really difficult against this Dire lineup to do that without a BKB. You're always at the risk of getting Sand King stunned, Sven stunned, Dawn's ulti. I mean, the Dawn's ulti is always going to be a problem, I suppose, but...
I think I agree with you. I think I probably felt that way from the start of the game, to be honest, because you're playing against Falcons with 3 strength cores.
So you think the whole bearing pipe was the wrong idea?
I don't know if it...
I mean, I don't know if it has it done anything.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
they definitely... well, that's also a product of just losing the lane so hard, right?
Yeah.
If they hadn't lost the lane so hard, then... But maybe he should have recognized that and made
Yeah,
it
I was
work
about to say, he
sooner.
didn't buy boots of bearing pipe in the lane.
Yeah, true.
He did that after they realized
True.
that they lost their lane.
I mean, they wouldn't have lost lane if he had boots of bearing pipe, I'll tell you that. In the
Yeah, that would have probably helped out.
Under attack.
Well, they're just going to lose all their towers, huh? I feel like there is always a threat of running out of damage against Falcons, you know?
What would be the most broken hero in Dota if everybody got to
Radiant's
start
top
with
tower is
3,000
under
gold?
attack. Radiant's
Like,
top
I
tower
keep thinking of
is
carries,
falling.
but like a lot of them are the experience is
Dire's
actually
middle
kind of
tower
important.
is under
Yeah.
attack.
Okay, let's say 3,000 gold, but you can't buy like Hand of Midas. You know?
I don't even know if that's the best item to buy. Because like you can show up to lane with like a Dagon, for example.
Sure.
But then it's like a game of, it becomes a game of predicting what the other player is going to do, or are they buying tankiness? Then my Dagon isn't good because you have no spells.
Yeah.
Like,
I was more thinking,
Actually,
you know, don't buy. You have start with 3,000 gold. Don't start with items, or you're gonna go jungle right away or something. You know?
yeah. That's true.
It's probably some mid laners, honestly. They're still experienced.
We need a tournament with special rules. I feel like there's space for that in Pro Dota, actually. To have some sort of creative tournament that changes some aspect of the game, and then it's for either for like charity or for still a decent prize pool.
I don't know if there's space in the calendar, though, Cinder.
I mean, that's a
We
fair
got
point.
A lot
There's
of tournaments.
That's a lot of events. That's fair.
Smoke up, Night Class going in with the Vendetta. They find the Chen first. A good hero to pick off. There goes all of those auras and heals.
They can't kill Mo.
They can't kill anything else, and they use BKB to try and get Malrine. That Bloodstone proved to be just a bit too much.
It's okay, though. At the very least, they get out on the map and they take some initiative. This is kind of similar to last game when they also found snaking once or twice in the Ogre, but yeah, they would have obviously loved something bigger and to get to use their black hole. The Falcons immediately call the retreat, minimize the casualties, and back to farming we go. I am really impressed that Amar has the same net worth as Skitter. I just want to say that. I think that's... I mean, Dawn is one of the best offlaners at keeping high net worth if nothing is happening, because you can play anywhere in the map you want since you're always present for your team.
Yep.
But I'm still very surprised that he's able to put up these numbers.
He's also got an AoE
Radiant
clearing
are
mechanism
standing.
for both lane and neutrals.
Yeah.
So if you have the stats, as long as you have the mana for it.
Still competing with Smet. Zero generally in a free game like this does not fall from first place, but I guess it's because Amar's taking his space. Hey, there's a little bit of drama for TMZ going on here. Amar thinks he's better than Skitter. You heard it here first. He should take more farm.
Skeeter issued a restraining order against Amar.
Yeah.
His ancient areas.
Yeah. You see Amar's alt chat. Imagine what his team chat is.
Oh my god.
Jeez. He actually has a one-button macro on his keyboard that he clicks, and then whenever he clicks it, it just Skitter, fuck off. Skitter, go away. Go to the other side of the map. My farm. My farm. My farm key. Numpad 9.
Spotted in
Very quick
BKB reaction. No one. Nightclass really thought he was going to get him there. Oh dear. Looks like they tried to sandwich in on this one. Crystallis immediately gets grabbed. A black hole that's going out. Not
this is
handful,
pretty
but
good.
Epicenter is going through. Is this going to be enough to push Crystallis back? Yeah, he doesn't want to commit. Amar is still behind everybody here while Malrine hits the burrow strike. Amar is still alive. He'll finally go down. He took so much to finish him off. DM's going to get run down. Skeeter is still up, ready to go with God Strength at about half HP. And he's going to go for Crystallis next. Malrine's already slowing him down, saying, Skeeter, where are you at?
Damn. I thought that was going to go better for PARIVISION. They got the black hole on the Sven, the Dawn initiation that Nyx went for. They didn't kill her instantly, but she used all of her damage plus full BKB on not killing Nyx. Look at 9 class in the bottom here. Really nice footwork here against the Shard with the one block damage instance from Carapace. He gets away. So you have isolated Sven on the right that Razor is beating into, and you have Amar being cornered by no one as well as 9 class. But this toggle...
Yeah.
There's a toggle coming here, I think. No, he already... Was it just lifesteal? I thought he armored toggle, but I guess he just hit a luminosity proc. delay
Shot
is
down, crit. Finds another 9-class kill.
These guys are good at the game.
Yeah, they're alright, they're alright.
Impressed. Alrine will grab himself a nice little shield rune. Alright, how many gum? That's 1 gum, I think.
In your head, do you think 1 gum to 2 gum, that it is a significant difference that you can tell in their chewing?
I think starting a
say it's
sentence
a
with "in your head" and then talking to me, you should not do that. You don't want to go. It's not worth it. Don't go in there.
Okay.
Just nod. Yep, sounds about right.
Just nod in this audio-only medium that we're in right now, Sindri. Good advice.
It's gonna come across as you ignoring me, which is probably good too. So you're fine. You're fine either way. All right, Roche number 2 will go the way of Falcons. Lets out his roar.
Yeah, I saw a little bit of gum there.
That,
Couldn't tell how much it was.
the crit remix. That one will. I don't know where they were going with that.
It was.
It's nice
it was
to know
trying
that-
to show you the gum.
It's nice to know that however weird I am, we always have production too.
True.
Kick it up by 1. I'm only the second weirdest guy in this show. Actually,
Kick it
third.
up a notch.
Third.
Bam!
Jenkins number 1, production 2.
Yeah, and you're 3.
I'm third. Yeah. Proud bronze medalist.
If
here.
Sunsan was here, where do you think he would rank in that list?
Absolute bottom. Actually. No, let's not go there. All right. 9K lead for Falcons. See if they want to put this Aegis to any use.
It's
Been a relatively quiet game from Crystallis, but I guess it just comes from the nature of the... Similar to game number 1, that PARIVISION had to delay for so long.
Nature of the beast, yeah. DM, you are under full vision of the Dawnbreaker. As it
Good force
switched
now.
from nighttime to daytime. Crit can't quite get there in time.
Nice. Bit of misplay from Amar there, actually. If he just holds his Dawn Starbreaker, that's 100% of the time. So, but nice heads-up decision from DM to insta-TP, recognizing the mistake immediately, just getting out. I think Amar maybe was anticipating that he would land that stun combo and then Crit would make it for a TP cancel. But since he insta-force-staffed off to the left, Crit could not make it in time, so...
Amar is going to have an AC as his next item. Between him having AC and the Sven having Warcry, team fights are really going to have to stretch out a lot for this Razor to have a chance of carrying the
For
fight.
sure. I think... Oh. Okay, see you later, DM.
He is dead. And Skeeter,
Need a Frost Shield urgently. All right, there it comes.
all right, now it needs to kill some creeps.
It did.
So it stretches out forever. Got the jump on the Sand King, but saved by Amar's ulti, at least for now. Malrine gets off his Bloodstone. Burrow strikes up to the high ground. Chrysalis is not able to pursue. Okay, that's Eye of the Storm on cooldown. A buyback from DM, and they still have 2.5 minutes of Aegis.
Clean disengage. They lost nothing. He's even up to full HP on the Sand King because of that Bloodstone. So
Dire are scanning.
he's good to go again. Will show himself on the wave, and PARIVISION will be very hesitant to get involved right now.
Time to take your Tormentor.
This is actually super spicy if either team goes for this. That could break out into a game-deciding fight.
Oh, never mind. Time to
Falcons
take.
will... You're good
Fine.
call. Time to take the Tormentor. Damn, Sven does this fast even without. Maybe he just crit on the first 2 swings. That looked way too fast for not having GDS, but I think he just got lucky.
Yeah, power of Daedalus hits. He's got the level 28 armor, Warcry armor as well. The armor is just stacked up beyond belief.
How much armor do you
added-
think a hero has with Chen's... What's it called again? I actually forgot the name of that ability.
Yeah, his stuff.
Divine Favor.
Then Greaves. He's going to get Greaves soon.
Divine Favor, Greaves, Warcry, and AC is like 50 armor on any hero.
Yeah.
Right? So Chen gives 20. How much did you say Warcry is? 20?
I don't remember with the +8. Yeah, 20 armor.
So that's 40. And then the Greaves, if you're low... Does he have the Greaves yet? He doesn't have the Greaves.
No, it's...
But they're probably coming, right? How much is it the Greaves aura is when you're low? 8? So 48 armor. Okay. That's a lot of armor. Crit being hunted by a bug. bug versus squirrel. Food chain confirmed incorrect.
Well,
Do squirrels eat bugs? Or do they only eat nuts?
I think they...
Anyway,
Not
bugs
sure,
eat
but,
squirrels.
But if a bug that size would definitely eat a squirrel.
Oh, that's one of my... Okay, what would be like one of my biggest nightmares is like human-sized insects. And I think that got introduced to my brain from Calvin and Hobbes. I think there's one of them where he has like a nightmare where he gets chased by this huge wasp. I think that really made an impression on me when I was a kid reading those books. Like, oh my god, imagine. Oof.
Yeah,
no thanks.
for me it was Starship Troopers, but I'm with you on that.
Okay. That was your biggest nightmare, Starship Troopers. Okay.
Mean, those bugs were...
I was about to say I know which one is more realistic, but I actually don't know. Yours might be more likely.
Dude, the brain-eating bug freaked me out, man.
Radiant are
did not.
scanning.
Did not like that.
I thought you meant the Starship Troopers themselves. That's why I was so confused. Like, what do you mean?
No, of course I'm talking about the bugs. And I didn't think when you said Calvin and Hobbes that you thought the tiger was a bug. What the hell? They're smoking, but I don't know if they're going to do anything with this smoke right now on PARIVISION.
Highly unlikely that they'll find anything. Falcons with another keep away play. I actually don't know what the purpose of this smoke was to begin with, because they're not feeling... I guess it was just to ward, or to get some sort of information on the map. They don't seem to take too much initiative. And... What level is this Dagon now?
Hey, another armor.
Oh yeah, lovely.
Jesus.
Is Dagon level 4 on 9 class right now? Can he kill any hero? I think he can kill Hoodwink.
Yeah, he definitely.
That's probably the only hero he can kill. Yeah, it is. Chen has 2.2. I think that's a little bit too high. Especially, he even bought a cloak, so...
What do you get after Dagon 5?
Good question. I mean, E-Blight isn't half bad this game. You're playing against Dawn and Sven, so I guess that's kind of nice.
Yeah.
You could get Octarine, I think is quite standard to consider. Maybe some sort of mobility item, Blink Dagger, Force Staff, so that after you kill, you actually get to reset. That's the problem that Nyx is going to have in this game. He's going to go in, kill someone, and then
He's been spotted! Run! Run!
Wow, nice facet, bro.
So cool.
If he had the other facet, he was cooked.
True.
He would have been very dead there, but I guess,
Dire are scanning.
like every bug, he can just...
Duclalis is
go
one
across
man
surfaces.
smoked and is joining his team to smoke all of them, but they have the successful scan. They know what's happening right now.
Malrine's
Broken
in.
on Chrysalis. Chrysalis, he does get stunned up. Bushwhack is going to chain. Skinner goes for the follow-up stun. Kills the next assassin. Immediately gets Black Hole, but Amar immediately with the response with the ultimates canceling that Black Hole. The Chain Frost trying to slow him down, but Falcons heroes, they look pretty damn healthy. Chrysalis is just not killing anything in this one. He's being kited around, tries to do the man to dodge, fails it, and Skeeter dices him up.
Dude, it's literally the most pitiful Razor. And it's like, what is he supposed to do, right?
Is under attack.
Like, people are gonna watch this fight and they're gonna laugh and be like, lol, Chrysalis, what are you doing? But like, he's doing nothing because they have 50 armor, okay?
Yeah.
He's like free fighting the Sand King the whole time. He can't out-heal the Bloodstone is winning.
Yep.
Against a full duration Link.
Amar has also been on point with those ults to cancel a Black Hole. We have yet to see that interaction of Nyx Assassin trying to cover that Black Hole with Spike Carapace, but...
Well, if Amar just BKBs, it doesn't matter, right?
True.
Yeah, they
Hey, well, okay.
well, wait, what?
Came back, and apparently Skeeter tried to...
Oh, so no one bought back, and then they killed Skitter in the base.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he was kind of doing it solo.
Is under attack.
There was nobody around him.
Huh. Okay. Well, that's a decent kill. Storm buyback is extremely valuable, of course, but
Yeah.
getting the Sven out of the picture and defending your tower, probably worth it.
I mean, it does... well, I was going to say PARIVISION can start setting up for Roshan, but... I don't know. 70 seconds till Black Hole's back up. You still don't have BKB.
I'll have Black Hole for Roche. That's the good news, because it's a semi-long respawn here. And Enigma's BKB complete. He has to play around the Dawn regardless, though. That's the problem. The Dawn ult still does pierce BKB, right? I'm not
Yes.
This was never changed after it came in, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, all Amar needs to do is stay outside when Sven and company go in. It's the old off during BKB.
Nine Class getting some more information for them. And kill crit again.
This is actually pretty good for PARIVISION here. If they can set up some sort of...
Yeah, with the Vendetta still up, he's going to look and find even more. He's going to try and blow up Snake King. No one will combo off of that one. Both supports are now dead during this window where Roshan is about to come up. 30 seconds.
That's why this is so good. They kill the heroes at the right time in the right place. So if they were to scout Rosh now, they might actually be able to get it 20 seconds.
I mean, when Chen comes back, he won't have an army. I feel like you've been losing this game the entire way. My vote is, if this is a democracy, I vote take that Roshan. Almost no matter when it spawns. Just go for it, man.
Yeah,
you need to crack this game open.
Just YOLO?
Yeah.
They kill it so slow, though. They have, like, nothing against Rosh.
I mean, if you get Roshan, it's Yolt, but...
Okay. I don't know if I should be happy or sad that I picked up on that instantly. Probably more sad, so... Oh, wait, they have Storm Shard. I take everything back. That's fine.
Yeah, true.
Storm Shard, good?
I mean, they are going to have... I thought this was looking pretty grim, but between this, the Roshan turnaround, and then also they can get to like level 25 and Ags on Storm Spirit?
Who did he give it to? Oh, they're all disengaged? Okay, let's see who got the Ags. He didn't take it himself.
Wait,
where is it?
That was the third Rosh, right?
Oh, he did use it. Okay, I thought I saw him not have it. Anyway, he did use it on himself, so no one will have the AoE Vortex. Quite nice this game. Enemy heroes are likely to be stacked. You know, Sand King and Sven will often go on the same target. Dawn and all three of them might just be on the same a lot of the time.
Yeah. And if you can get that, not even necessarily with Black Hole, but just like an Impale, something that maybe forces Amar to react with his ult and then leaves you open for a Black Hole.
Yeah, I think that's what they should be trying to do now as a team, is figure out how do we structure a fight so that Enigma can go in after Donald. And the general recipe for that is put so hard pressure on one core that Amar feels the need to help. And it doesn't even need to you don't even necessarily need to force the Dawn ulti. If she's there and she goes into the fight to protect, then you also have the Black Hole opportunity, right? You just need to either Black Hole her or wait until the fight is developed enough. And maybe with the Storm Shard they can do it, or Scepter.
Dude, this Starbreaker is going crazy now. It's a 6-second cooldown since he got the level 25, but then you combine this Facet, it's a 5-second cooldown, right? Because if he hits the Starbreaker, combined with the Luminosity being only 3 hits, right, then it's always going to go off. So it's just going to be constantly up.
Dude, he's so tanky, my god. He has almost 5k health and 50 armor.
Yeah, it is actually kind of a problem for Amar, the fact that he has to wait for Black Hole to kind of go into the fight, because he is such a force outside of his ultimate.
Well, you could make the argument that he doesn't need to do that, but then one of the others just doesn't, right? As long as they don't... I think if Dawn and Sven don't stack, I think it's fine.
Sure.
Because if Amar is the one going in together with the Sand King and then Sven waits, and there's this Black Hole from DM and Sven blinks behind Enigma and 2-shots him, that works too. It's not like DM is tanky.
Yeah.
He's gonna... I don't even think Ducalis gets to react with a Frost Shield.
Well, apparently DM's going to try and make himself tanky. He got a Rattle Cage and he's queuing up AC.
Okay, that'll help. But now he doesn't have Blink.
Yeah.
He's just gonna Force Staff into all of his Black Holes? That's ambitious, I think. But yeah, the tankiness will obviously be amazing for his team. I definitely agree that they need an AC, but I think the AC would be nice on the Razor, too. Maybe he just doesn't want to buy it on him. I would imagine Chrysalis wants to get some sort of armor. He only has his 20 base right now. He's queuing up AC.
Okay.
All right. Well, who's going to get it?
Maybe DM gets Shivas.
Let's see who gives up first. I'll keep track.
Okay.
Okay. Nobody has conceded yet.
Whose will be broken. No one is closing in on level 25, and he does have 4,600 gold. Now, obviously, he's wanting to hold on to BKB, but I am curious what his next item should be.
Usually I would say buy Axe, but doesn't need to do that, so...
Yeah, like, is a Scythe Is this a Scythe kind of game? I almost feel like what is the best, most damage-efficient item for a storm?
I think Shiva is the best item here, surely, right? Gets yourself a little bit more protection, gets you the amp, gets you vision. Slowing down these melee heroes is really valuable.
Yeah.
Reducing lifesteal of Dawn, heal from Chen.
Yeah, there's a lot of.
I think there's just so many upsides, but he is going for the Hex. It was one or the other. I think Hex is also okay, but I'm a little bit concerned that he's going to try to jump and isolate a target, and then that target's just not going to die.
Yes.
That's my biggest problem for the Radiant right now. That's why I like the Shiva better.
Smoke breaks. He jumps up to the high ground. Malorine responds with a burrow strike. Hit him with a bushwhack as well. Lots of damage. Not enough to kill, but enough to threaten. As he has to back away with that Aegis. 50 seconds left on it.
Yeah, they hold their ground, and that's probably the end of this Aegis. But if nothing else for PARIVISION, this wasn't just about the Aegis. Getting that free Ags was big.
Oh,
I needed to make a dent in the gold. Thank you very much. What's the name of that shopkeeper again? Is it Slilly?
I have no idea.
Silly. It's Silly.
Purge, the side shop man.
That's true. This is the right tournament for that.
There's no way production can respond to me. Does the Aegis power play include the Aghanim Scepter that you get from it? Yes? Okay.
So they
actually
lost farm
gold.
in the meantime. I mean, that's not really that surprising, to be honest, when you've seen how the map is played out.
Sure.
It's Falcons. If you're playing against Falcons, generally most minutes of the game are an Aegis power play, whether either team has an Aegis. Doesn't matter. It's just Falcons power play of we hit creeps better than you all game. It's hard to beat a team that just is better at gold mining in a game that's about mining gold. It's really not fair. Maybe they should introduce a secondary mechanic to gold so that if you're not good at farming, you can do something else. Like you can be a chef or something. So you can like empower your team with something else than gold. Like I'm not good at farming creeps, but I make a hell of a bolognese. And then you buff up your carry with a well-fed buff or something. 9 class could be in trouble if he walks into any sort of vision here. There is a sentry above him.
I just know chat is just like question.
And there's a gem.
Question.
Radiant's
Just because they don't understand good food
Radiant's
and the value of it.
Let him cook, chat.
Yes. Uh-oh.
Sentry.
Oh, this is...
Oh, is he going to try and return home and walk
so
through this
close.
sentry? They fight each other.
Uh-oh.
Whoa.
Where's the gem? Oh, he...
Talentless. Yeah, you tell him, 9 class.
Honestly, it's always such a fun time when both teams realize they see Nyx.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite things in Pro Dota when both teams, when there's that moment of, oh shit, and you can just see everybody's reacting very quickly to it. But they did not have any chase there, so he will escape. And he is going the E-Blade. Not too surprisingly, looking for that burst and for the potential protection against these big, beefy, physical boys on the side of Falcons. Oh, they also have Frost, they have Ice Armor from the Ogre. So now they have plus 60 armor. If they want to. It's a lot of armor.
Counter to Mana Burn is Mana Burn. The counter to Frost Armor is Frost Armor.
Yeah. I guess the counter to a lot of what Falcons has is Nullifier, right?
Yeah.
But Sven is going to have the Shard. And then he already does, and it's undispellable, right?
Radiant's middle tower is under
So they can't dispel War Crisis. It's probably not that good.
Chrysalis says Swift Blink is his next item.
Yeah. The more I look at it, the worse Nullifier is. I think it's fine to not get it. Like, what are you really removing? If you were removing Warcry, I think it would be really valuable. But since that Shard is into play and you can't do that, what can you really purge? You can purge the Solar Crest.
We're just gonna leave this up here the entire time. All right, prediction time, Syndrin. Enough theory crafting. Theory craft when the next kill is gonna be.
Okay.
What based off of this timer?
When's Roche? Okay.
Are we gonna get 10 minutes?
Give me 15 minutes. 15 seconds so I can see when Roche responds.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, even if Roshan spawns early or late, they're still gonna set up like Roshan.
Oh, they're not gonna fight for it. One team's gonna get it for free, but then they will use the Aegis.
Oh, okay.
So 1 minute. All right, next kill is 11:40.
Wait, so you think Falcons is gonna get it for free?
Yeah.
You don't think PARIVISION's gonna fight for it?
I think something.
I mean, if they catch Amar, they have a chance to be able to do so. But they don't know if he's alone or not. It's spooky, but they smoked up for a reason. Time to be aggressive is now, gentlemen. Seize the day. Take down Amar.
Wow.
The Dawnbreaker goes down. Now it's a 4 versus 5, right as Roshan is in that window, and you didn't get your prediction in.
I was pretty close. I was only off by like 2 minutes. And it was on a scale from 0 to 1140. That's not bad. I think I did a pretty good job. I was like 80% of the way there. Oh, region rune for no one.
Another way to phrase that is you said 2 minutes from now when it was 2 seconds from now.
What?
9 class almost has that E-Blade you wanted to see.
Yep.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
That was
Wait, what's happening bottom? Yeah, okay, he almost got the
Wait, what's happening top?
9 class.
Wait, what's happening bottom?
2,000 damage crit. 2,100 damage.
Yep. He's out of there. Still, PARIVISION keeping this within striking distance. Again, my question is just going to be what items are you
get a jump on Crystal, chain stunning him. He's down to about half. He's gonna get off all of his spells now, and he still has that refresher as well. Does he feel confident? Yeah, he's gonna pop that refresher. He wants to commit to this team fight. Another BKB, activating his Satanic. He really doesn't feel like he's doing that much. Maybe Maureen, maybe he can get him, though. He burrow strikes away off the refresher, and now his BKBs are gone. Now he's being changed up. No one up to the rescue, though, with the Aghanim Scepter pull in on 2. A beautiful save from no one that allows Chrysalis to go back in and do the damage. Now they chase for more. No one's gonna pick up a 3rd kill out of this situation. It's Crit. He'll be run down pretty easily, pops his ultimate, but he can't get away from the link.
I really think Amar thought that one was in the bag, that fight. He had buyback ult the whole time, and he never used it, and his teammates end up dying as a result. To be fair, that was really close, too. Chrysalis was looking within reach of being killable, but getting everything off, and what a very nice and fast frost shield he got there from the Lich.
Yeah.
Truly changed things completely. If they got that jump like they did without the frost shield, he's dead on the spot.
Mar just going in here now. He's got BKB. They don't have any control through it, so I think he feels like this is kind of free to be aggressive.
Oh, I don't know if I agree with that.
He's almost wrong about that.
Get out for now. Keep canceling his blink. They don't know that.
The commit from no one. He is very low on mana, but it looks like they might be able to get a buyback. Diving in, Chrysalis still has the leech on to Amar. He's doing good damage. Gets controlled up a little bit. He finally gets the kill, but now he's on the run. The shot from Crit. Oh, the burrow strike doesn't land. The shot doesn't either. Chrysalis is running, but he'll be hunted down by Skeeter. Skeeter will run and chase after him. He's going to get that swipe eventually. Surely he gets it. It's the burrow strike that does it instead. But multiple buybacks out of Falconson.
And what did we learn today? Amar will not buy back for the team, but the team will buy back for Amar. When Amar has 5% health in his base, they all buy back on 3 heroes. But when his entire team is in trouble on the enemy side of the map, he's drinking a milkshake and watching and enjoying his time. That was a really big expense.
Oh, Crit gets baited into going for that bounty.
This game is very possible to win all of a sudden for PARIVISION, because not only the gold is even now, but you know there are 3 buybacks that are unavailable. Yeah. So if you find any sort of decent fight on the PARIVISION side with a black hole, you kill the right heroes, the game actually is over.
I mean, they have Razor buyback. If he finds them in a black hole, he could buy back TP onto the outpost.
And they have double Vortex on no one with that refresher.
Yeah.
I mean, I actually think this Roche is lost.
Okay.
Falcons, I think they just call this one off.
Synderen, do you think that Falcons, do you think they were too passive in this game when they had the advantage? Like, I legitimately, you know, this has been the only criticism I've had towards Falcons. I actually don't know if they were too passive in this game. Because I felt like
I don't know. I can't really say that. I can't say that with confidence. I feel like the fight that they lost where Amar didn't buy back, I genuinely think they could have potentially won the game there.
Yeah.
With a buyback or by not choosing to go there when their Dawn is dead. Like, either version of that would be fine by me. But they took, in my opinion, the worst approach to that situation, and it cost them dearly. And then they dropped the ball with him getting killed.
Now they're getting picked apart by this Nyx assassin. Amar is getting some heals off. He might be able to get the kill on 9 class, actually. The hammer through gets him. Now that it's just him and no one,
Armlet
fight is still a little difficult. Okay, Crystal's gonna come in. He might be getting him, but no one. but he's almost dead. He's almost dead. He got him with the hammer on the burn damage. Okay, he took away the Aegis too. Managed to get 1 for 2 out of this situation, but a black hole. Immediate buyback from Amar. He does use it to be able to save the team. DM pops his refresher. He may have to use a black hole just onto Amar. Meanwhile, Chrysalis is going to town here. He's killed this Sven. Mallory's going to try and kill him with some magic damage coming in. Crit throws the shot, and it's going to be enough. Huge amount of magic damage being delivered by Falcons that kills the enemy carry, but he buys back in the line. There's that second black hole. Amar was chasing DM this entire way, and he will finally lose his life for it. That's 2 heroes. Die back on the side of Falcons. PARIVISION can maybe just go and end the game now.
Yeah, if they recognize the game state, which, I mean, they know for a fact these 2 heroes don't have buyback. One of them was bought back to try to protect Amar, and Amar bought back this time to try to protect Skitter. So this is 100% 2 confirmed deaths for a minute and a half. And I think you just run it straight down mid and finish here.
Yeah. They just have to stop any creep wave shenanigans. Got to make sure there's no pulling or anything. They're going to use a whip. Stop the Sandstorm. Got the Spike Carapace onto the Sand King, chaining up the stuns. He is very tanky, though. Force staff gets him back to the tier 4s. Oh, no, Malray got off the epicenter. The Razor. Chrysalis is okay. He still has his Satanic. Thought it was a spooky moment there when he got shot by the Hoodwink. Got down to half HP, but he's good.
They've placed a banner outside and inside the base. Total territorial dominance here. PARIVISION, they own the map.
If they could just finish up this Sand King, the base is clear for them to be able to take, but Falcons is making it so damn difficult for them. They're going to try and take Crit instead. Eontis help protects him a little bit. So does Snake King. Got him on the Impale, though. Pulls him back in. It looks like Crit should finally die. The epicenter from behind, though. Finish up the Nyx and says a Bro Strike on through. Now he's trying to make a run back to the fountain. He's trying to delay this game for the 20 seconds that Skeeter needs, but they're getting pulled away from their fountain constantly. Another Eon Disc goes off. Now Bro Strike back to the fountain. He's good. 12 seconds still. The Sven is back up.
They're actually probably...
They can't do it, Syndra. They have to back away. Their bottom lane is being taken. Their top lane is being pushed as well. They're not even going to get more barracks out of this than Falcons did.
They got 1 range Rex and 0 buybacks in a 5v3. What the hell?
Oh,
absolutely nothing gained in that situation, all in all. And Snake King's just got this fat shit-eating grin on his face right now. He's just sitting there. He's like, yeah, I'm pretty farmed. Look at the Chen's inventory. No wonder his hero stayed alive. He gave Divine Favor for 20 armor, Grieved, Solar Crest, AC, Force Staff, and Pipe. I was like, how is this Hoodwink not dying? It took them so long.
And he was pushing out the bottom lane while all that was happening and took a range barracks. Almost got the melee, too. The big old dragon almost got that much.
Oh my god. I'm still in disbelief that they didn't get more than a range Rex in 100 seconds in the enemy base.
Yeah.
That's unreal. And when you look at it, they obviously didn't have to chase the kills. They could have taken the buildings, but the problem is the 2 tier 2s are up on the side lanes. Yeah. So they could have only got the mid-rack, so they kind of going for the collateral there of finding more kills that don't have buybacks and then actually finishing the game. And Falcons would have kept poking and prodding them with stuns and delays if they don't kill the heroes. So I think killing the heroes is the right play. He just couldn't do it.
Aeontis and all that tankiness.
Yep. All right, there was a Tormentor there for a few seconds.
They've got all their shards on Falcons, so it's just gold for everybody. We have items to talk about. We got an Aghanim Scepter in level 25 on the Enigma. So the Eidolon split pushing is going to be pretty crazy. And his ult is going to be very scary in team fight.
You can actually afford Refresher too, with anyone of buyback.
Looks like no one's considering a Nullifier.
Okay.
Because Chrysalis doesn't want to be the one building it. He's going to go AC.
Can you purge Divine Favor? No. So what's he getting the Nullifier?
Well,
Solar Crest?
There's a lot of other buffs, I guess.
I mean, the 2 big ones are undispellable. It's the Chen and the Sven ones that are the problem, and they can't remove those 2. So I don't think Nullifier is going to do much. Am I missing something here? Is there something? I mean, Aeon Discs? Maybe he just needs it for the discs, I guess.
Or a problem.
Yeah, it's probably just for discs.
9 class, that was...
Limit testing. We have found out that the Sven with 5,000 health, pardon me, does not die to our Nyx.
I mean, I should hope so. Doesn't have buyback.
9 class is just sitting there now. Wow, my hero's so
Wait,
bad.
what is this TP going in from the crit? He TP's right next to no one there. That was a spooky moment. He's playing on some vision right now.
He does have
Might
disc.
just catch no one. Spots the Lich instead. No one goes in for the hoodwink. Immediately on disc. Crit trying to shoot himself away. Morphling goes in for the kill onto Dakalis. Crit does get run down. Dakalis is still stuck underneath it. Epicenter does actually get a force staff down to low ground thanks to the Enigma. Now the ultimate coming out from Amar. Slams on in. And right as the pull from no one. No one's got another pull in. He's going to be able to finish off the Sven. They get Snaking as collateral for the kill that they were originally looking for, which was the carry of Falcons. Now they go back for Morphling, who is still tanky as ever, but surrounded by 4 heroes outside of his base. It is a very different story. Buybacks on 3 available for Falcons.
And the good news for Falcons is Amar is alive, so they will buy back to protect him.
Of course.
Don't know if they would buy back to protect their base, but as we have already established in this game, Amar is more valuable than anything. He will now return to his base.
Level
The charge.
30 Storm Spirit. So he's got the...
This is a pretty big DPS increase, actually, having both of these talents.
yeah.
Dire's
And
is
the
the
Razor
one you
also
always
has his second Plasma Field, which
Yeah,
is not the chosen talent a lot of times, but it's still, I think, very strong.
yeah, it's good. Anything that gives more damage and more vision is always welcome.
Dire's structures
They're
are
going to choose to
fortified.
glyph here. I thought they were going to maybe glyph for the tier 4s. No one is like, okay, well, they glyphed the barracks. Let me try this other building.
Dire's middle
That one
barracks
also
are
did
under
not take
attack.
damage. But
Limit testing the glyph.
Dire's middle barracks
see if it's
has
bugged on
fallen.
tier 4s.
Here comes the Eidolon army.
Here comes tier 5 neutral items. So let's see what's big here. So
They're not actually going to be able to force any buybacks out of them.
if they can get the tier 5 neutral items without contention from Falcons, and they just get a 5 neutral item advantage and then push, I think that's huge. But
Yeah.
already Midas bought from Skitter, so he's going to at least immediately go and swipe up one.
Oh, look at that. 9 class blocked out there. He body blocked the Ancient, and he's going to take their hard camp. So he's trying to limit
Yeah.
their opportunities to get tier 5.
The camp on the right is still available for Amar, though, and they have not protected the top side. So Skitter will get a tier 5 here.
And the bottom wave is
Mirror
pushed
shield.
once again. They have to deal with that.
So Mirror Shield is huge against Razor, right?
Yep.
Because you're going to Lotus and block it at the same time. So you are linking him.
Yep.
And as usual, I will ask the question of how does it interact with Lincolns, and as usual, nobody knows. So we'll see if that's going to mess with Crystallis at all. Dota becomes really confusing ultra late game with all the things you need to keep track of. It just becomes unreasonable to expect that out of anyone. That's why the games with tier 5s usually go kind of crazy, because there's just these new massive impact things that you can't account for. Amar, gonna get jumped. He didn't BKB in time.
Can they chain stun him?
Oh,
Black hole goes off, doesn't grab Morphling, but it is blowing up Amar. Amar gets off another hammer, lives for a little bit while longer, but eventually goes down. Crystallis in some trouble. Skeeter's after him, but he's slowed down. Skeeter's being kited around now. Oh, Force Staff's getting away. Spy Carapace dodges one of the hits. He does get a swing in, heals up a little bit. The life drain, though, yeah. The Eye of the Storm. Later team fights really start playing against you with that minus armor start stacking up. Quick pull on to crit, and another kill. 2 of them do not have buyback here. The Sven may have it, but Amar and Crit do not.
Under normal circumstances, we would feel like this is going to lead to the end of the game,
Dire's
but
turret has been killed.
experience says otherwise.
Is under attack.
So let's see how Falcons defend this time. It's starting to get more and more ridiculous for their defensive items to get the job done, though.
Yeah.
These tier 5 neutral items coming into play, the damage is just starting to beat their armor.
Dire's
spot
bottom
tower.
has fallen.
They have 2 refreshers ready, by the way. I think both No
Yep.
One and DM can bring, so that's effectively 2 times Vortex and 1 Black Hole at the ready.
Dire's bottom barracks has fallen.
Falcons
They have
undoubtedly
to
talking
skip
about
next.
how they're going to
Dire's
play
bottom
this
barracks
next
has
fight.
fallen.
Yeah.
PARIVISION playing it super safe and are going to go try and go for Megas. There's the jump in from Morphling, a bit of a whiff. A buyback from Crit. Hits the Burrow Strike onto No One now. No immediate follow-up from the Sven. Skeeter wants to hold on to his. 10 more seconds.
There's no Frost Shield, Lich is dead. Have they ever bought a nullifier for it? They didn't, right? I was going to talk about this earlier, that I thought Amar should have bought a nullifier for the Frost Shield, but they never did. This is dispellable fully no matter what, right?
Right, yeah.
Doesn't matter with facets or innates or anything. So, yeah. I feel like that item is actually really missing from Falcons in this game.
Particularly if you're going to go this facet and he went the level 20 talent for the Frost Shield. Like, this Frost Shield is super amped up.
Yeah, and it's the other thing that makes it a bit surprising. This is the classic solution to Lich. So I'm very surprised they didn't get the idea. All right, without clicking, guess Amar's health right now.
I'm going to say 4,800.
7,800.
Wait, what?
He had Giant's Ring and he was next to a Golem.
Oh, he's got Apex.
Apex, sorry. Apex and next to a Golem.
I was about to say, I was like, he's not big, so I didn't think he had Giant's Ring, but he took Apex.
Apex, and then the Golem gives him so much health. Here comes 9. Okay, see if you can kill Amar. It didn't work on the Sven. Let's try the Dawn.
He has Book of Shadows, so if they do spawn him, Crystal's going to jump right in. Now, looks like his Drain got blocked there. So he doesn't feel super good about the fight if he doesn't have Static Link.
RTPL.
He can still catch them. Skeeter is in big trouble. I think they have to leave him to die. He still has his buyback, right? He's going to pop his God Strength. Wait, he's fighting this one out. But there's no way you can win this, right? You've been abandoned by your entire team. Now, if he buys back, he won't have God Strength.
Skeeter's just saying that, man, if Amar was Sven, you guys would help.
I mean, it's true.
Oh, big fight today as well. Yeah, Chen isn't exactly the fastest late game hero. He will not have a buy.
A Sven with no God Strength and no Chen feels like a 3.5 versus 5. Or 3.5 versus like 7 with the refreshers that PARIVISION are rocking. Surely this is the moment they close out the game. Burrow Strike lands on the Storm here. Pull him back in with the Bushwhack. Fully channeled ultimate. Black Hole comes in. Grabs Malrine. He's got an Aeon Disc. He's surviving through this one for now. Chris is right in the middle of everything, though. The Eye is tearing things up. Between the Plasma Field and the Eye of the Storm, they just can't stick around this Razor for long. Amar is constantly trying to chase in the back lines. He's getting kited around every single time he tries to do so. They just do not have the tools to be able to deal with PARIVISION any longer, and GG will be called. We're going to a third, Synderen.
Damn, that was a fun game. Crazy.
Razor from them. They say, no, you can't have the Razor again. But Crystallis says, but I can be Razor. Anyway, I'm going to play Morphling and turn into the Razor.
Wow, that was a riveting tale. I was at the edge of my seat the whole time. So how does the story end?
This is how you make drafts.
Well, so who's Razor? Is it Razor or Morphling in this story?
Are you asking me who the protagonist is?
Yeah. Like, let's say
the winner.
Let's say that's what
the winners write the history.
Got it.
Right.
Okay.
So whoever wins, it will end up being the protagonist of the story.
But we agree that no matter which team wins, it was because of Razor.
Yes.
Okay.
It's Razor all the way. None of these other heroes matter. I'm not sure why we have an entire panel to talk about the other heroes.
I mean, what a dream for Crystallis to be able to choose between Razor and Brood as his two choices.
Oh, yeah.
They picked the Brood into Razor, so if Amar does not go for Insatiable Hunger, obviously there's no choice to be made, then he will turn into the Razor, but then he already knows as Morph that he's playing against a Brood that will be stifled the whole game by his skill build.
But what if you play Razor and don't level Static Link? What about that, Synderen?
What if you play against Rubik and then you just don't skill any spells?
I've done that.
Yeah. That's great. Yeah, I think Razor doesn't have that luxury. He absolutely needs that spell to even function as a hero, whereas Brood can perform a lot of its purpose in the game without Insatiable Hunger. I just feel like a lot of the time when you reach that mid-game portion, it feels really bad to not have snaking.
Got him on the Bramble. And the Blood Grenade.
Damage.
Good damage, and they body blocked enough that the creep wave is under tower, so it'll push out to the favor of PARIVISION.
Yep, it's good news for them already. Trying to offset this Sven lane early on by getting it closer to themselves. This top lane will be interesting to watch. So Clockwork, historically, not a great hero against Chen. When Chen gets creeps, it's hard to find strong impact in fights. It's hard to find skirmishes. Against this new version of Chen that has the mana burn convert, I think it's even worse, actually.
Sure.
This hero is nothing without mana, and it doesn't have much mana.
Yeah.
It's also it's one of the heroes that has the biggest problem, in my opinion, with the mana cost of the gate. It's just, you kind of really want to make those rotations, but it's so expensive. And yeah, this top lane, I think Crystallis should be having a good time overall in theory. Once the Chen gets the Clockwork out of mana, you're playing 2v1 against the Brood, in essence.
So you think they're going to win top lane?
I think so.
And bottom lane? I mean, seems kind of fine-ish, especially with that creep wave maneuver that they did, right?
Yeah, that's going to be okay. I think Sven will win that long-term, for sure. He definitely should, but we've already had some shoulds in this series that didn't happen, so maybe my radar is missing its mark a little bit on some of the matchups.
Let's say we expect it to be kind of a farming lane, right? Sven should get more out of it, but Enigma will probably get decent farm.
That's probably fair.
So what about the mid matchup?
The mid matchup should be Razor favorites already, right? Pango can't ever shield crash in without getting linked, unless he also then jumps out, but then you've used both your spells, and then Razor can just do whatever he wants with the wave. Oh, DM! Nice blocking there with the Eidolon.
He's going to be slowed down still.
That was actually crucial. That one extra swing that Sven would have killed him on the Frost, on the Nova. So.
And he's had a healing salve, so it's not like he's going to be out of the lane for long.
Yep.
Good play to survive. And a recovery
going on here. So far, so good for Amar. I don't know how he's 12 and 9 against Morph's 5 and 3 in this lane. I'm actually very surprised that this is how this is going so far. Maybe just some mechanical outplays, maybe some lack of knowledge on my part about how this matchup is meant to go.
I mean, Ducalis does seem to be taking a lot of time to focus on the Clockwork.
Yeah, but
maybe
even in a vacuum, right? Level 2 Morph against Brood, does Brood just get 3/4 of every CS? Because it's not just farm, he's also getting all the denies, right? So is Morph just that unfavored? If you look at the raw damage of the two heroes right now, Morph is down by 10, so he definitely does have a bit of a disadvantage. Uh-oh. Oh, Insatiable Hunger!
Yeah, he leveled that up early. Crystallis, he'll be fine here. Morph for the strength. Doesn't even get much of his mana burned.
This might be part of the logic of the Brood pick in this game, because I was asking you, I was just confirming the Brood was picked into Morph, right?
Yeah.
And he's skilling Insatiable Hunger, because, well, then he doesn't turn into Razor. So now you have that freedom of either of us is terrible for us that he turns into, so we might as well both get all our stuff, because he will pick the good one, right?
Sure.
I mean, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's better or worse for Falcons that Morph turns into Brood over Razor. And if it's like kind of close, then just skill all your spells, right? Because he will just pick the good one.
Radiant are scanning.
That part I can agree with, yeah.
And when you think of it that way, then Brood also gets to become much more of a hero, because now he gets to skill Insatiable Hunger without feeling bad about it, and having better laning presence and more scalability later into the game. So I very much agree with this choice in this game. I think there's a case to be made when you're the only obvious and good choice for the Morphling. But in this one, who do you think it's better for Morph to turn into in this game, between Razor and Brood?
If you have the shard, Broodmother.
Uh-oh.
Especially as the game
Uh-oh, he's out of mana!
Yeah, he used all of his mana trying to go for that kill onto Amar earlier, and Crit hit him with the cogs. He completely burned him out before. So the second go-around, he is just dead. Again, Falcons, they just win lanes, man. They are such a hard team to beat in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, this, just once again, this top lane is going extremely well. And that's the biggest surprise in terms of my expectation for the game. I think Sven's scoreline right now is probably pretty standard against Enigma, maybe a little bit better than you would have expected, perhaps even. And the mid lane, Razor versus Pango being even, I guess is a good look for no one.
He's doing
but it's
well.
probably going to get harder as Razor hits level 5. You're probably going to get spammed more and struggle a bit more. But overall, it's good news for PARIVISION that Pango's doing well in lane, because they're going to need him. Their lineup doesn't have much in the way of playmaking whatsoever, in reality, when you look at it. Chen doesn't set up anything, neither does Morph. Enigma's like a bit, but usually a follow-up. So Pango really has to carry the torch of team fights.
Yeah.
And skirmishes.
There is so much follow-up after he gets a good rolling thunder
Yes.
with the brambles and the waveform in and such, but it all starts with him.
Yep. Malorine's going to get an amp damage rune. Crit seems to have some plans here. I'm not really sure what this movement is. Is he going to walk all the way to bottom instead of taking the gate because he wants his mana? I guess so. Maybe he's looking for a different attack angle as well. It's probably a very unexpected move, to be fair, for PARIVISION. Or is he going to steal the Wisdom? I mean, I guess he had to move roughly this early to look for that steal. Yeah, he's prioritizing that over the... He had to kill an Enigma here, but the Wisdom rune is bigger. If he can get this reliably, that is huge for them. He already has it secured, actually. Yeah. Malrine will do the gank instead. This
And they
huge.
get the kill on DM and a Wisdom rune.
Yeah, he'll get it.
He's got
Just
the cogs, surround, push back. Oh boy.
Excellent stuff.
Lane went into double Wisdom runes.
Radiant's middle
For
tower is
especially
under
for these
attack.
heroes. I mean, Clockwork is a hero that obviously needs that experience so badly.
So I feel like this is going to be a tougher test than Game 2 for PARIVISION, where, in my opinion, they made a good comeback, and we were talking about the potential of their lineup to get there and do it.
Yep.
This one has the potential to completely fall apart. You have no levels on your supports against a Brood, and a free farming hard carry on the enemy side, and a carry style mid. So how are you going to put enough pressure that all three cores of Falcons don't get huge when you have no levels on the playmaking?
And a classic
Willow.
Falcons maneuver through the gate. When they win their lane, they have the freedom to use the gates, come and go as they please, put the pressure on the safe lane. The kill is a bit slower than anticipated, but they'll get it eventually. Zamar comes in with his gigantic horde of spiders.
What's he gonna do on
Dire's
Morph?
top tower is under attack.
He's kind of too poor to jungle, effectively.
Yeah.
He had to buy Raindrop. This is not looking good, man. It's 2K minute 8. That is what it is. But
Dire's top tower
the
is under
overall
attack.
progression of this game is looking...
What do you think Amar is going to
Extremely
go when you're ahead like this? I think it could be an Orchid game.
Yeah, I think so too. You're against Pango and Morph and
Dire's
Willow.
top
Yeah,
tower is
Amazing
under
targets.
attack.
I also think the Orchid build is way better when you have Insatiable Hunger.
Sure.
Because we've seen Broods in this Morph matchup still go Orchid, but then not have the damage to actually kill. But when you have Insatiable Hunger, you're killing the people you Orchid.
I mean, this is the only opening PARIVISION has right now, is to play around this Enigma and his Eidolons and kill some supports. So nice rotation there from the Pango. No one ensures it. Pops his Invis rune, and now he's going to loop around behind the tower, see if they can keep this pressure up.
Are scanning.
Because they certainly can't deal with the Broodmother right now. If they can ensure at least this tower goes down, it'll even things out a bit. Did see him to call us underneath his tier 2 is being gone on, and Brambles is going to do little to stop the Broodmother.
Oh, don't tell me he does another one. He's thinking about, okay, his spiders died. You could tell Amar wanted more.
Yeah. He actually gets pretty low here. Maybe actually the Thunderbolt, he can chase up after him. Hits him once, comes down, swashbuckle, got a kill for it. That is huge. And DM, he backs out from the bottom lane at the same time as no one makes that rotation through top, so.
It's a big rotation, and it gives up the pressure bottom. So Amar effectively stopped their push, but that kill is indeed very big. You just...
It's lots of heroes in for the power runes here. Crit's going to try and take it, but if they can, Crystallis take this fight, yeah. He's going to be able to bring down Malrine pretty easily here and maybe chase down Crit as well. Crit making a run for it, slowed down by the shield crash and caught up. No one gets a killing spree. What a the last minute for PARIVISION. Just totally cut down that 2K lead.
Yeah. I think a little bit of a mistake there from Snaking. I'm pretty sure he frostbit the Enigma. He has to reserve that for Morphling in these situations. You need to hold this spell because it's the one reliable line of defense that your Razor has right now to get away. And with that Frostbite unavailable, Crystallis just killed Malrine solo. He just ran him down and took him out. So yeah, like you said, big sequence here from PARIVISION to stabilize the game somewhat. And the biggest part of all of this is that the Morph killed Razor, so he actually got a game out of it.
Yeah.
He's now close to the Sven after being about 1,000 behind 2 minutes ago. This is starting to feel like a real possibility suddenly, and I know I was painting this picture of the game getting dire, but it really was possible that Falcons would just completely obliterate them in 10 minutes. And these kind of moments that happen now, it might not look like much to get these 2 or 3 kills, but it is a huge difference maker for this type of game.
Yeah, I mean, if you put Game & Gladiators from last year, or Liquid, with Broodmother, Chen, and that kind of lead, like they would just start bulldozing all your towers, and we would see a 20-minute high ground. So, PARIVISION, I think what you're saying, absolutely.
Terrorize available
PARIVISION, he's going to try and man up underneath the free.
Didn't he have Terrorize?
Radiant structures.
Yeah.
So he went for the He went for the Bedlam instead. Thought he could overpower the Maiden. That is optimistic and wrong.
Very.
In comes crit. He's gonna. Well, who's catching who really? All right.
Immediate
Like
Frostbite
nobody's killing anyone.
stops no one from catching anybody there. So 12-minute power rune again. PARIVISION just bringing lots of heroes to the mid lane for this kind of move. They're going to play for top. If it is, Falcons would have got it. Instead, it's a shield rune bottom.
In the meantime, somebody's got to do garbage duty, and we have assigned 9 class to take out the trash.
Yeah, so good at doing AoE damage to deal with these spiders.
Yeah, it's not like they have many good choices, though. It's like Pango or Waveform. And neither of those cores really wanted to go there. No one. Might find a good jump here.
See if he can get through the cogs. Eventually he'll get through. Cooking him.
With that, early diffusal for him is very powerful, of course.
And it is the Orchid for the Broodmother. So we're going to see some big hill items on both sides.
Yeah. This is definitely going to change the nature of the game quite a lot, because then these heroes that are showing up to defend the tower can't do it alone. He can kill any hero on the Dire on his own with an Orchid. It's definitely an important moment coming up with that item. I think that's the most pivotal item of the game in general that we're going to see. It changes so much about how the two teams need to adjust, and it probably means that PARIVISION either have to just concede the top tower in that area, or they have to gank the Brood with 2+ heroes. The fact that not even Pango is safe is kind of worrisome.
Yeah.
So
this is going to be a pretty potent Crimson Guard game, which is what DM's going for.
yeah, decent, for sure.
I do wonder in some ways, though, just because of the problem you're having with catching the Broodmother, if when a Blink Dagger is warranted. Broodmother challenging 9 class in the jungle. Ended up getting worked.
And he's rewarded 2 parentheses. That's another big kill. Very impressed with PARIVISION's last few minutes under pressure. They are the ones bringing it.
Oh, the Bramble doesn't quite latch. And they're going to have to use the Terrorize, I think, to try and, push back the Maureen, who's got a good lane. Skeeter is going to come in. He's going to be surrounded by heroes, though. DM has an opportunity. Okay, they don't even need DM to do anything there. They just demolished him with the Bedlam. 9 class coming up big in Game 2 and now in Game 3.
I don't really think that was Sven's responsibility to solve that problem. I think that's where you ask yourself, where's the clockwork in these moments? Sven should not be TPing to defend his teammate in mid right now. He should be farming creeps. An uncharacteristic and very expensive mistake there from Skitter. And now that they end up not defending their tower anyway, they could have stolen the Wisdom Rune instead. But they also didn't do that.
Oh, he took away his Orchid? Oh, that timing is ruined.
Oh, that's real bad.
Yeah, that went from a 14-minute... it really went from, like, he could have had it at, like, 12 minutes, but he died. And now it's going to be 16-minute Orchid.
Yeah, this is a very late timing for the early game he had. That's a very big courier kill. Damn. I don't want to read into it too much, but if you look at Falcons' faces, they seem a little bit thrown off compared to what we've seen in earlier games here. A little bit like this game is not going according to plan.
Yeah.
Need more gum.
That's about to say, if you want to tell the emotional level of Falcons, I don't think you go to crit.
No. I think the main face, you could see it on is snaking.
Yeah.
Malreen's in trouble.
I think Skeeter's usually a good person to go to as well. Skeeter's pretty expressive.
Another find. Damn. This map is actually I can't believe I'm saying this after the first 5 minutes, but Falcons are losing map control.
Yeah.
And that was not the game I was envisioning with what happened early on, but a couple of good moves can really change a lot. And now Chen gets to be the hero that you pick him for. And that was one of the biggest risks, honestly, with how the game went early was, will Chen have a purpose? But now that the game is actually under control, Ducalis gets to run around with his creeps, make aggressive moves, take over territories, and kind of counterplay what Brood is doing by equalizing the map space. He has a crest now? All right, that's...
And just drop the black hole. Probably not getting too many uses out of it, so...
fair enough.
If you can find a kill, take it.
Dire are scanning.
And I guess another thing, we talked about this in Game 1, how good of a potential Morphling game it was, but then it never really got there. This one more feels like a game that will get there at this rate. Because with Falcons losing this early mid-game portion of the game that they were set up well for, I think Crystallis will reach his critical mass point in this game.
Yeah.
And having the choice between Brood and Razor, whichever one he chooses, he will be a monster, and they don't have a single BKB piercing stun except hook shot. So he is going to just get in there, turn into Brood or Razor, and go to town, and he will kill heroes in any stun. They have Black Hole, they have Pango Roll, they have Bramble's Terrorize. Like, what a dream morph game when things go well.
Yeah.
I think they're actually starting to be heavily favored to even win the game now, when I look at this.
Too. I mean, you just finished up your Orchid on the Broodmother after the Courier died. Crystallis almost has his Manta. So that was one of the heroes you said, right? It was great for being able to pick off the Morphling, go for the Pango.
Yeah, that
one
window's
of them
gone.
almost has an answer.
Yeah, exactly. He completely missed that window. With the 2 deaths and the Courier Snipe, that delayed his item by 4 to 5 minutes. And here we are with PARIVISION now getting the first Roshan of the game.
Do you think you give this to Crystallis or no one?
I think I would like to... see it on no one, I think. Because I think Crystallis will be farming a little bit more. And with the Manta, he probably feels safe.
Yeah.
And no one will be playing way more aggressively and taking initiative, so... I really like this choice. I feel like Morph doesn't die here.
Yeah.
He can even join fights without Aegis and feel relatively comfortable as long as he reserves his Manta for Orchid. He can just waveform in with a bit of shift on and they're not going to kill him. Just turn into... If Razor starts fighting you, you turn into him, you bully him out.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
If Sven goes on you, you can even, as an emergency measure, turn into Sven and use Warcry.
Sure.
So, like, all of the options are actually quite good. We didn't even talk about Sven because he has 2 S-tier targets. But Sven isn't even that bad either to turn into as Morph. Giving yourself a stun, giving yourself move speed and armor. Yeah. And this was second picked, mind you. Yeah. They have really... Falcons really believed in their ability to destroy the early game in this one when they didn't counter the Morph better than this. Now... I think you gotta be creative. Gotta find some smart solutions to that hero later down the line. And that's just talking about that one hero. You also have Enigma. That generally tends to pose issues later now. Sure, we'll kill the Shen here. Opening up a little bit of the map. See if they can maybe get more of this, but the entire enemy team is just bottoms.
So we're going to see the Crimson Guard into Boots of Bearing for DM. Blink Dagger is done for the Sven. Skeeter tends to be, I mean, we've seen it be a bit of a downfall in this game. He is a little bit more active as a carry.
Yeah.
I imagine this Blink Dagger is immediately going to be followed up by Falcons trying to make a move around it. And he goes for no one. Swashbuckle down.
That did not work. Oh, no,
and turn around, Rolling Thunder in the river, too. This is real bad. He is controlled up here, and he's turned into the Razor. Nice Rolling Thunder blink onto the heroes again. Skater's definitely dead. It's a question of how much PARIVISION is going to get after he's dead. They can certainly get more kills. It looks like Snaking's to be run down. Maureen, he's taking a lot of damage from the Morphling as well. Black Hole came in, controlled up Amaru, came in with his BKB Orchid to kill Nightclass. He got that kill, but if he dies for it, it certainly wasn't worth it. He's getting away down into the river. How many more webs he's going to be able to lay down to get out of this? No, he gets hit by the inhibit of the Diffusal Blade. Slowed down enough. The Broodmother Crawl cannot get away. He dies as well.
Yeah. I'm actually really... Okay, there are multiple things there. First of all, I'm really surprised by that initiation from Skitter. I think that was just... Just one of those moments. I just don't understand what they were expecting. Like, that seemed very, very hopeful to get a good fight out of that. So that's the first part. But then when that happens, they actually stuck around to help him. I called that fight doomed from the moment he got isolated after the jump. And they didn't just turn tail and run. They actually tried to fight back. And I guess all in all, trading the Brood for Willow isn't that terrible. That could have been worse. But it definitely wasn't good. Now, you're going to lose your mid-tier 2. The enemy team will now start invading your triangle. I guess at the very least, Falcons will retain their Tormentor and Wisdom rune, although no one's being cute.
Oh, if
nice
he got out the Rolling Thunder, he maybe could have taken that Wisdom rune.
Yeah, Snake's dead for this, though.
Still chase after him. Oh, he's got his shards, gets to the low ground. No one's able to pursue.
Actually, okay. Wow, I thought they were just going to kill him with Morph, but he's a bit hesitant about going in. And now, the other way.
Yeah, as they retreat. Jhin, not the best hero to be able to get away. DM is lucky he wasn't spotted there. Otherwise, Crit might have been able to hit the hook shot.
Yep.
Very awkward. I mean, I thought this was going to be a great point for PARIVISION because I always feel like Falcons always set up their lineups where if they are behind at this point and they're the ones getting invaded, it shows the weakness of their lineups because they have multiple heroes that want to farm. If their side of the map gets small, it usually turns out really bad for them. But
yep. But I do think that's where Skitter's dagger is so important, if they use it correctly, that is their angle together with Clockwork to get ground back. I think the state of the game right now is actually Sven is the third carry of their team. I think he is going to initiate to make space for the Broodmother to flank and kill heroes, and then the Razor is going to go in and fight alongside Amar. So Skitter is, as weird as this sounds, kind of a semi-carry Sven right now. That's obviously not what they picked it for, and it's not the ultimate goal in this game, but for the time being...
Oh, 2 seconds! The Aegis is about to expire!
Oh!
It was just about to expire!
He can't stop attacking there, right? Can you stop if you press stop?
I don't think so. You could change targets, but he had nothing else to change to, right?
Oh, that was so close. And now they're going to lose crit instead. So that kill was
actually... He looks for more.
That kill was actually worse than not trying.
Yeah.
Amar.
Oh, he was pushed up to the high ground. DM has Black Hole. Yeah, they're going to drop it. The BKB lasts a while. The Terrorize is going to be on him as soon as the BKB fades away. And yeah, he's just controlled up for too long. Get the pick off on Amar. Amar was split pushing them real good, but they do manage to punish him.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
At the very least for Falcons, Skitter getting some space here, takes that bot tower. But this is starting to look worrying with how much of a distance Morph is generating to the Sven. If these two heroes are neck and neck on net worth, I would say, generally speaking, Morphling has the upper hand in this matchup. But when Morph is ahead by an item, Sven has no chance a lot of the time. Like, effectively, the way Sven has to kill Morph here is that by catching him completely off guard, blink stunning him, and getting to swing like 3 or 4 times. And it's just not really likely right now that that's going to happen.
And when that whole item is a butterfly, I mean, Sven's just not an MKB hero, so that item is going to be very effective.
At the very least, Brood will buy Thorn, but you still have to keep that on the hero. Morph can Manta it off. He's probably going to buy BKB, so this window, again, is kind of relatively small. But I still do think he should buy it, also because it allows him to solo kill heroes quite effectively, but for the time being, he's actually not looking at that. He's looking at Nullifier plus Shard.
Radiant's bottom tower.
That's interesting. What does he want to nullify off?
Radiant structures are fortified.
4 staffs, I guess?
4 staffs.
Mainly.
Shield Crash.
Yeah, it's decent against Shield Crash, actually. That is dispellable, right?
Yeah, but...
Yes.
I mean, it's not as good if it was the old Pango where it's the double shield jump. But
right.
I would still prefer the Bloodthorn. I'm with you on that one. Well, they are going to hit multiple BKBs. They just picked they already had it on Amar, obviously, but they're about to get it on the Razor. They just picked it up on the
They better have their items ready.
They're going to need it for this high ground defense.
Oh, hello.
It's just happening so damn fast.
9 class will escape the Brood attempt.
They forced him in, hit with a Frostbite. But the Butterfly's already missed twice on this Sven. So much of his damage is just gone by missing those 2 hits, and the Razor's being controlled of. He got off his BKB, but he may not even be able to escape from this one as the shield crash hit finishes him off. A little bit of a roll up there, and no one. Is he going to be able to make it out of here? He kills the Crystal main. Now he's running away from Skeeter. He's fine. Crystallis is destroying when it comes to damage as he soaked up so much. It might just be done already,
Is it
Sin.
just over? They have 2 dead heroes for 30 seconds. These heroes push fast. We just saw them take the bot racks. They're gonna glyph, and as much as a heroic Falcons defense we saw last game 3v5, this is very different conditions. You don't have those tools that you did last time around. You've already used your brute BKB as well. So Amar, this is 2 lanesmen. Okay, this happened a lot. This went a lot
Pick off on top of it, Amar.
Oh dear. Okay. Well, that escalated quickly.
It really did. They will still have a tier 2 up at top, so they can't go for megas or anything, but...
Damn. Talk about getting caught off guard. That bot tower just vanished. They were clearly not expecting this push to come so quick.
Stick around. They're just going to try and force Amar to use his buyback.
Okay.
They still have Black Hole this entire time. That is still a problem that Falcons need to be able to deal with. Crystallis has BKB, so he's willing to be aggressive. Falcons try and turn around, do anything to get the kill on Chris. Oh, okay, there's just no buyback from Amar, so now the Razor is dead for 45 seconds without a buyback. They're going to have to continue to defend 4 versus 5.
Skitter cut the wave, but there's still a siege creep. So this did nothing.
Yeah, the bottom wave is also pushing it. So even if they deal with the siege creep, there's going to be another wave coming in soon. All right, this is the do or die moment. They have to be able to kill DM. Don't let them get off the black hole, and they do manage to chain up the stuns. That works. Can they deal with everybody else? Because Crystallis destroys the Sven. You're going to have to rely on your second and third carries at this point in time, and you still need 12 more seconds for the Razor. And Amar is crawling away into the trees here. There is creeps inside of the base, but PARIVISION looks like they may just back up for now.
Losing Pango makes this push pretty hard. Yeah. No one is doing a ton of work in these fights. They did buy back DM, so I guess job well done from Falcons for defending there, but they're just not progressing on the right heroes. I mean, sure, you're defending, you're trading 1 for 1, 1 for 2, but Sven, again, a victim, and Morph will stay alive, furthering that gap between the two. And once again, it just begs the question, like, who's going to deal with this hero?
I don't know. Especially if that hero gets in Aegis. Roshan is up.
Snake.
And they can play for it on their side.
Won't commit.
They're going to go back and do just that. Falcons are going to be hard-pressed to be able to contest this with the mid and bottom lanes constantly pushing in. And outpost, advantage for PARIVISION.
Yeah, this Rosh is just theirs. This is the type of Rosh that should just end the game, right? Like Morph with this Aegis. He's just going to walk high ground and hit your tower. Yeah. If they wanted to contest, they're already too late. They can't do it.
Dude, it's so scary when he turns into Razor or Broodmother and he gets the bonus damage and you have something like a Crystallis or Daedalus on top of it.
Yep. Currently in the backpack, but he's not far off the Daedalus. If he wants to farm it before pushing, by all means, but I just don't think it's necessary.
I don't think so either.
You flat out just go and finish the game right here, right now.
Nice defensive pickup there. The Lotus Orb for no one.
Yep, gonna cover him against the Brood and against the Razor. In case Razor wanted to link him in under any circumstances, that is not really that big of a threat. And here comes...
Big final push. Amar took a tier 2 mid, but he is going to TP back for this. He's not going to try and trade out. Crystallis breaks the link. So now that's on cooldown for a bit. Pops his Manta to get rid of the Frostbite, lays into the tower. Forcing, okay, gets forced. Immediate response with the Lotus. Nice play from no one to cover Crystallis. Skeeter's just waiting for his opportunity, waiting for some sort of screw up from PARIVISION. It's not coming. Amar tries to force something and will just die for it. The Malphite is going to take him out.
Okay, he has buyback BKB.
They're going to have to go in soon. Otherwise, this is just going to be Mega. Spotted Skeeter. No one hit him with the Rolling Thunder. Stopped his initiation. Now they lay down the terrace right as the Link went down from the Razor 2. So that's taken away. Skater makes his jump, goes for DM. Can he get off the black hole? He got it off. This man is in trouble. Caught the clockwork too. They're both gonna die, and Mari can do nothing to stop it. He activates all his spells, can't even kill DM, and it's over. GG is